Are we going live? We're not going live yet. Why are we not going live yet? Very simple. Because I didn't configure my recording things yet. It is time to go live though. I'm still drinking coffee. We're not ready for this. This is awful. The coffee is pretty rubbish too. Okay, the recording works. That's the one. And we're recording, I think. Yes. Yes. Good. Echuta hosting. Thank you, True. I'm not sure if he's here. You're probably not. It's probably automatic and all that. Okay. Second stage. First stage, well, the first stage is to actually start the stream, but that's not the point. The first stage is to get everything recording. The second stage is to launch the game. Oh, also, there we go. And you're going to hear the sound of the game pretty soon. There it is. That's me skipping all the things. That's me launching the game. Recording is now working. That's me showing up on camera. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Welcome on in. Oh, that's right. We did a scary. Was it yesterday Halloween, or is it today? Or is it tomorrow? Okay. Oh, Google, you're weird. Google, my God, what are you doing? Yay, it's on Thursday, October 31st. See, I know American things. So it wasn't last. It should have been last stream. It would have been so nice. So it's anyway, that's that. I'm still drinking the coffee. This game doesn't have hunger, so we're good. We can stay around. That's the problem with the games with hunger and with things that over time just ruin things. You can't just look about and enjoy the scenery. This note that's coming up. That's right. This soundtrack is awesome. I don't remember what volume I had it on, but I think it was on 50. It's usually on 50. And also I can change it because I just edited, just 3 hours back, I edited the first episode so it can go on YouTube. It's going to be half an hour each episode. And it's going to be fantastic. Look at my mug. Broken mug. Always broken mug. I have another mug that's not broken. This mug is not mine, actually. But I use it. This mug is not broken. Look at the mug. Look at it! Why am I doing this on camera? I don't know. What was I doing before? Oh, right. I arrived too late at home. So I didn't have all my things ready. So I just spent a little bit of time doing nothing. And so here we go. It is time for Vampire Bloodlines. 4 minutes late. That sounds good. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching this on YouTube. Let's continue. We're going back. Although I'm a little bit lost right now. There it is. Goodbye, mansion. We will never see you again. I don't think we will see it again. I don't think it's possible to go back. It might be possible to go back, but we're not gonna see it again. Why'd you do through sounds? Okay. But we're not gonna see it again because we're not gonna go back there in this playthrough. We have a lot of things to do, but not that one. No, I don't know where I am. I think this is B? No, this is not. Maybe. This is F. F is good. F is where we need to be. Because we need to go back to Therese Vorman, and tell her that we have this thing. This exquisite pendant looks polished, though it was found in the charred ruins of the Ocean House. When you hold it in your palm for a few seconds, you're overwhelmed with a sense of profound sadness. Because I realize how pitiful I am, being an Nosferatu and all, with very bad pens, very bad pens. Okay, let's go back inside to the asylum, and let's see if Jeanette is not Jeanette, if Therese. Knox, you still here?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, nothing special.
Oh man, thanks again for your help.
I left-clicked it, and weapons are not allowed. My fists are not allowed. Anyway, here we are, and being very. Need to wait for that. There we go. I wonder if they're both here, the sisters, complaining to each other about whatever jealousy they haven't figured out yet. Really, really pretty paintings. Let's see if the news is the same. I think it's still the same night, so it's going to be the same newspaper. Hey, Therese. Oh, it's Jeanette who's here. Let's take the opportunity. Oh, I didn't look at these masks. Let's take the opportunity to check Therese's email, basically. Can we hack this properly? 1 Baroness 3. She's smart. She doesn't have bad passwords like the others, although that is a bad password nonetheless. But this is 2004, so that was okay. Let's see what we have over here. Nectar of the Gods. Miss Vorman, your humble servant has done his all to provide you with yet another batch of the finest sanguine spirits, and I apologize for not pouring it when you asked last time. Forgive me, unlike you, I'm an imperfect being. And look who that is, Vandal Cleaver, who means basically that Therese Vorman is the Beach Queen, and we know who it is now. Look, Miss Vorman, I'm really sorry to do this, but the men won't work there anymore. They say it's haunted, and it's from Julian Johnson, and we don't know that person. That would be about the Ocean House. Why are you always so mean? Asks Jeanette. Bertie is not so bad once you get to know him. You're the disgusting one. Welcome to the stream, Decadency. Young, welcome on in. How's it going? Welcome on to the stream, and we have also contacts. Let's see if it's a different password. Business. That's a bad password. It's bad. Lacroix. It's going to be descriptions about the different players. Sebastian Lacroix, it is not. It's the Camarilla Prince of LA. Tung, that's Bertrand Tung. Nosferatu, local Nosferatu. Shreknet.vtm again. We also have Johnson. That would be the construction community thingy. Community construction. There it is. And Miller. Do I know Miller? Jeff The Flow Miller. The Flow at undergroundsound.vdm disc jockey. Well, I suppose we don't know who that is. Vandal, Blood Bank manager. And LeBeau. Do I know that? Pierre LeBeau, art coordinator. Interesting. I wonder if it has anything to do with the thing, the cheese factory place. Anyway, Jeanette, I definitely didn't look into your computer things. She's not paying attention. Let's go into the bathroom, see if she broke anything. She didn't break anything. This is the best looking bathroom in the entire game, by the way, so take it in. Look at this bathtub. Wouldn't you like to have one of these bathtubs? And if you do have one of these bathtubs, wouldn't you like to have me babysit your house? That's not babysitting. House sitting your house. That's the one. Yeah. That's the stuff. Anyway. Hey, Jeanette.
Not even a knock? I could have been undressing. And who knows what I would have had to do to you. You're here to see Her Royal Majesty Queen Victoria, aren't you?
Yeah, I need to see Therese.
Therese is out making a show of how well her lips fit on the pants seat of the Camarilla. Did you happen to find her chastity belt or something?
Huh. I don't know what I want to do here. I usually tell her the truth, but it is interesting that she doesn't know what I was looking for. So she's not in on the secret or anything. Yeah, I'd rather discuss this with Therese. Also, I pronounced it Therese, so it's probably not correct, but whatever.
So, Therese told me you might be back with something for her. Do you have it with you?
Here, take it is the first one. I'm not giving it to anyone but Therese.
I'm not just some silly doll, you know. All my life, my sisters made me out to be a joke. She told you I was an embarrassment, didn't she? That I couldn't tie my shoes, let alone hold on to something for her. Is that it?
No, please calm down.
She's always belittling me. She's the smart one. She's the favorite. She's the successful one. Well, it's not fair. I'm not a fool. This club's success is just as much my doing as it is hers.
So this is taken. These are lines that I don't usually hear because I usually give her the pendant. That's what I did the first time around, and I think it was just because I didn't figure that I didn't really take in how much they hate each other, Jeanette and Therese. So I just gave her the pendant, and then later Therese said that confronted me about it. But this is very much taken in as her trying to convince me to give her the pendant. The first two lines are, here, take the pendant. I understand, Jeanette. And it's also, those are good points. But I still can't give it to you.
Do you understand what it's like to have your own flesh and blood ripping you apart on a daily basis for 2 lifetimes? Can you?
2 lifetimes. I think that's for 2 lives, because for when she was alive and also when now she's undead. I'm sorry to hear that, Jeanette, but I really need to give it to Therese.
Fine, you hold on to it. Since you are so willing to brave that big spooky place for my darling sister, how about doing a teensy tiny favor for little troubled me?
The schoolgirl act. That depends on what it is.
Do you know Gallery Noir down the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. Lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances. But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city. And we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? The event was set up by a kindred, that's a vampire, who's trying to establish their power. Huh. What do I do?
I promise this won't take long. Take this knife. Give the paintings in the gallery a good slashing. Don't get caught, and don't turn it into a massacre. And steal the charity box, would you? Buy yourself something velvet.
Something velvet. Fine. I'll be back when it's finished, and this time the feud will be called off?
I'm sure Therese will be thrilled to honor your agreement when you
Panaritas, welcome to the stream.
In the meantime,
yeah, fantastic
get to the
RPG.
museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long.
Be back soon. Goodbye.
Oh, and there was something about the paintings. What was it? I can't remember. Oh well, have fun, Duckling.
I will. I wonder what that line was, that last line. I don't know that it always shows up, that last line. Or it has always shown up. I think that some of the lines are bugged or were removed for unknown reasons from the final version of the game, and the unofficial patch does add a few things to the game. So let's go to the Gallery Noir. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Excuse me, don't freak out. Nobody freaks out. Buy a watch. Oh, right, because that's one of the pickup lines. Do you have the time? And so that's the implication there. Okay, Gallery Noir. That person over there did not see me because, of course, Nosferatu going into the Gallery Noir. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is gonna end. But then again, all through the game, I'm not sure how any of it is gonna go. Okay, so people are not collecting around me as they were before. I think there's somebody here really on edge. Are you okay? Oh, yeah. Got a police officer over here.
Whoa. Who? What the? Who? That bear claw's not sitting too pretty. Oh, jeez. Evacuate the area. Or whatever the heck you are, I recommend you vacate the area immediately, or I radio for additional security personnel. That really knocked a few years off the old ticker.
Now I'm scared. He's evacuating that bear claw. A bear claw is a suite, isn't it? Yeah, he was guarding this place. I just scared him off being a Nosferatu. I just literally scared him off. That's one way of doing it. Oh, this is super interesting. Usually you have to convince him to go away. You can do it other ways, I suppose. All you need to do is get back here. So if you attack him and don't kill him or anything, or just kill it or get here, you can kill him, I suppose. I think you can. I'm not really sure. So here we are. This is the Gallery Noir. It is a room for a lot of stuff over here. For a lot of people, I should say. But I'm not sure if it's completely filled up. First off, let's go for the charity box over here. This is for hoity-toity people, so it's gotta have a lot of money, right? 250 monies. That's not a lot of money. Oh, well. So, humanity lost. I can handle that. I can definitely handle that. Our humanity doesn't matter. We're good with the humanity. What we're not good is, well, actually, I would be perfectly fine with having extra Masquerade. I have so many experience points. So many experience points. I hoard experience points. I super hoard experience points. So you're gonna have to just get used to that, because that's how I play. But I'll explain to you why it's how I play. Well, it's pretty straightforward, actually. In a stealth game, in a stealth character, I'm fine with not having combat, and so basically I save the points for covert and for mental, but I'm not gonna hoard them too long. So let's see. We have paintings over here. Our objective is to slash those paintings. Cain slays Abel, or Abel. I'm not actually sure how that goes. Cain meets Lilith. Cain cursed by God. And Cain spurns Lilith. And of course, this is a reference, as I said before, to the Abrahamic mythos. And I believe this is a story told in the... I don't know the name of the Jewish holy book. I am very bad at all the things. I don't know anything, but I think it is a tale told there. And so basically we need to do this in order. So first off, Cain met Lilith. So that, you know, the whole Cain slaying Abel, that's not... Yeah, Cain spurns Lilith. Oh, do you see the two? That's a cool painting. Do you see the two blood marks? So that needs to come after that one. Oh, I'm turning... Yeah, after this one over here. What is this one? Cain cursed by God. You think Cain cursed... God cursed Cain because of either spurning Lilith or slaying Abel. But I think this is sort of the secondary mythos that create. This is really probably in relation to the secondary mythos that created the creation mythos. So it's probably a similar situation to the apple, Adam and Eve and whatnot. So what I think happened is Cain meets Lilith. And then murders Abel, who is his brother. And then God, who is a tree, is very upset. Oh. No. Cain is cursed by God before meeting Lilith. So he's just murdered Abel for what reasons? Why did he murder Abel? Such a terrible Cain he was. Such a terrible Cain. So he went on a rampage after that. And now the paintings are... yeah. Are a bad thing. Okay, this is really bad. This is really, really bad. For hopefully Potence... no, Potence is not going to allow me to give... oh my god, this is awful. Ooh, this is... okay. That's bad, that's bad. Do we have auto? Yes, I do. Which I shouldn't, I don't think. Woo! We attacked each other in weird ways. Oh no, I think I'm gonna die here. Yeah, I think it's 2 attacks that I need to do. Oh my god. 1, 2. Oh, come on. 1. Cover. Oh, we were there. We did it! We did it my first try. And as you can see on the left side of the screen, I am almost dead. That yellow is not health. That yellow is death. It's a special kind of death. I slashed the paintings in the gallery for Jeanette, possibly making some kind of statement in the process. Ah, right. What kind of statement would she be making with that, though? I don't know. It's fine. Let's go back to her. It's aggravated damage. Yes, it is. Very much. And I'm gonna try to heal a little bit of that aggravated damage that we got before we go to Jeanette. I think this hobo is gonna be a perfect target for me, because everybody else is sort of going away. And I just need to pay attention to the fact that... oh, this is bad news. She didn't see it. I almost broke the Masquerade just then. Definitely didn't, though. I don't know why I didn't. Let's be careful. And if I had broken the Masquerade, so what? It's not like LaCroix is going to be really upset with it or anything. He's not, actually. It's not him that gets upset. I think we're good here. Ah. That nice PhD type blood. Oh, I did a criminal violation, though. I think it's because of assault, which is a large part of why... Excuse me. Hopefully he didn't shoot the lady that was going around. Okay, well, we need to exit through G, because, well, we can exit through G, because I want to go home. Hello, Rat. I know, I forgot about you. There's always a very easy way for us to just gain blood by drinking rats. Police hunting. Oh, they're after us. It's totally fine. Old Testament. Panaritas. Mitz, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. I don't think it is in the Old Testament. That particular tale. I think it is. Well, if it is, it's like not in the Catholic Bible. It probably is in other Bibles, but not in the Catholic one, which is the only one I have read. Don't want to spoil. This is not hard not to spoil. Abel's sacrifice was accepted, but Cain was rejected. Oh, right, I remember that story. I remember a satire version of that story. That's why I remember it like that. Oh, the police gave up just as we got up to exit G. Do you always move in stealth for him not to break the Masquerade? No, I don't. It doesn't seem to break the Masquerade very easily. People, basically, if the thing on the upper right corner of the screen doesn't fill up or people don't get upset, I don't think they break the Masquerade. He's a Nosferatu, so his face is a violation. Your face is a violation, Hellman. Welcome to the stream, by the way. I've never read, just remembered it was a whole stories about creation and stuff. Yeah. It is. There's a lot of stuff in that. For me, the most interesting things is the deconstruction of the titles of the books to try to see what originated each text and all that sort of stuff. More sort of, it's called biblical archaeology. Although the term is very hard to follow online because there's so many just religious archaeologists, as it were, just them trying to... for example, biblical archaeology can be considered people who are looking for the Ark of Noah, for example. That's not biblical archaeology. Biblical archaeology is trying to understand the text regarding with archaeological techniques. And trying to figure out what pieces with what and all that. Trying to prove that the Bible is true is not a scientific endeavor. It is a religious endeavor, but so it's not scientific because archaeology is science. Even though it's like, it's not like biology or anything. It's not. There's no like trial and error and whatnot. I am a little bit lost. I should go through there, but that jerk over there. He's blocking my way. All the oh, I'm so sorry.
What is that on my loafer?
On your loafer? You have a loafer? He has loafers. I think a loafer is a foot. A foot? A shoe! It's a shoe! So that's G. I need to go to F again. Because that's the best way to get back there. Look at me knowing the sewers proper. So currently I want to go off topic for a little bit, and you're fair comfortable with it. Sure, go ahead. Want to hear my thoughts on Outer Worlds so far? A little bit of your... classic ranting, please. My feelings on the Outer Worlds kind of mixed so far. What kind of archaeology did Indiana Jones do? The bad kind is the answer to that question right there. The fun kind, says Jung. That's also another answer. So let's stick around back here and talk about Outer Worlds. Outer Worlds so far is, for me, the biggest thing for me is that I did not know it was gonna be New Vegas 2, and it is absolutely New Vegas 2, but just more. It's kind of complicated because they just didn't... It's like New Vegas, but not held down by the restrictions that the world of Fallout imply, basically. And we talk about this as somebody pisses in front of us. So, in terms as a game, it's just fantastic. It plays fantastically well. It looks amazing. The writing is incredible. The setting is varied and interesting so far, anyway. And I think I say varied and interesting because I know there's planets now. Please don't look at me. Thank you. There's multiple planets, so there's gonna be a lot of stuff there. I feel that it's a game that could have used very little combat. Or rather, it's a game where if you didn't have to fight. And you don't have to fight, you can just stealth past the enemies. But it's a game that you could have the same approach that New Vegas had. So I think maybe in 10 years' time... Well, it's possible that... What I mean is, it's possible that in 10 years' time, if we get more RPGs in the vein of... I don't know, thinking of Tides of Numenera with very few combat, or or for example, Stygian, Raiden of the Old One, is a game that does have combat, but it's not too focused on that. It's like special types of combat. If we get RPGs more in that vein, more and less so in the vein of things like The Witcher 3 or Fallout 4, that's just combat everywhere. A little bit, I would say even a little bit more in the veins of Fallout New Vegas, because Fallout New Vegas doesn't have that much combat. The Outer Worlds definitely has a lot of combat, a lot more combat than Fallout New Vegas. So I think maybe in a few years we're going to look back at the Outer Worlds, and the only thing that's sort of maybe not going to be as palatable is going to be the amount of combat that it has, because it's a combat heavy game, but I think it does it very well. I was recording a few episodes before now, and this afternoon, I should say, and I even talked about how the fact that it only has 3 types of ammo is because it's a game that tries to get you to repair your weapons And ammo exists for multiple reasons, not only for realism, but ammo exists as well to try and prevent you from using certain weapons a whole lot, like grenades or rocket launchers. And while that still exists in that game, for example, a grenade launcher uses 8 ammo rather than 1, even though it's the same ammo that everything else, or that a lot of other things. The durability is where that limitation is going to come from. So you can't use a grenade launcher a whole lot because it just depletes very fast, so you need to recharge it. And I haven't played with that too much, but I like that they had attention to detail to simplify the ammo system because they already have the durability system. Now, I'm not a big fan of the durability system. I would have preferred an ammo system, but I can see where they're coming from, and it doesn't really bother me too much. And certainly the combat is it's fun. It's a fun combat system. And I die, and I'm like, this is cool. I'm gonna go in there and die again. So I'm playing it on hard, and it is a hard game. And the enemies are bullet spongy, but not too bullet spongy. There is one detail that I think the game is lacking from the combat, which is the recoil of the enemies. You get a shotgun blast to an enemy, or just a shot at all. You shoot the enemies, and they don't recoil, and they just keep shooting at you, which changes the way you approach combat. It's not a traditional shooter in that respect. So I don't know. I don't know if I would have liked it more if the enemies did recoil, because it would have made the game a little bit too peaky in terms of difficulty if that were the case. Because there's a big distinction between a one-on-one fight. If you can shoot first and you make the enemy recoil and just keep the enemy under your sights, which is what happens in a normal shooter, certainly, but in real life scenario, if you shoot at somebody, they will recoil and just you have them dead, unless you just shot them like randomly or something like that. But the game, like I was recording as well this afternoon, as I was saying, and there's this situation where I'm in a place and I'm shooting people down, and it's difficult and stuff, and I need to be careful my positioning and whatnot, and where they're coming from. It's so chaotic. It's really engaging in that regard. And I was all in the mood there for that fight. And then there's I see another enemy, and I'm gonna go up to him with a shotgun. I'm like shooting him, and he just does a little bit of damage. And as I'm shooting him, not only do I need to be careful that I'm shooting him in the head, preferably, but I also need to pay attention to how much damage I'm doing, because if I'm doing little damage, I need to get out of there. Because I'm shooting him, that's sure, but he's going to shoot me very fast, and my health bar is on the upper left corner of the screen. And when it gets down enough that I see the red all around the screen, I'm dead at that time. I'm slow. People are, you're slow, not fast enough to just get out of there while the health is red. So it led in the episode that I recorded. It led to an interesting situation, which is me going up into a room where there's only one person, and I shoot him in the head from stealth, and he turns to me and starts shooting me, and I notice that I'm not going to kill him fast enough, he's going to kill me first. And all in my head, I'm like, I need to get out of here. So I turn around and sprint to the other room in a very weird, and while being shot in the back, obviously, in a very weird, non-realistic way, because it's not a normal shooter. It's more of an RPG, more of the traditional sort of, instead of being a point-and-click game, which is how it plays, but it's a first-person point-and-click game. So yeah, you need to get out of there if you're not doing damage fast enough. So that's my thoughts on specifically the damage of the Outer Worlds. And I only have one companion so far. Pravati is her name, and one of her very first lines, she super surprised me with just the way she reacted and the way I reacted to her. So I'm really looking forward to seeing more. All the characters are really nuanced. There's only one character so far, that's the vicar in the first town, Edgewater. The vicar that I'm really confused about. And if I'm right about what he is, I'm really satisfied with the writing. Because I'm super satisfied with the writing. If I'm right about what I think he's going to do, it's going to be amazing. But if I'm wrong, then he is lackluster in writing. Because he comes across from a perspective, when you get introduced to him, he comes across as thinking of a thing, but then slowly I realized that it was the exact opposite of what I was thinking. However, there is space for me to have been right at first, and that makes his writing not superfluous, but rather if he if I'm wrong, or rather, if I was right when I saw him the first time, all that he says is very sort of hazy and what's the word? Filler style. It's like he's not really engaging. Like the lines that he says are not really deep and meaningful, and that can definitely be the case. So I'm looking forward to having been wrong about him, because that way he's a really good character. Otherwise, not so much. So, but everybody else so far is really cool. The Nosferatu. You would be a human vampire slayer. You can play a vampire slayer in World of Darkness, I think. You'd be a Nosferatu in a suit. Probably would be... Oh, Nosferatu in a suit. That's good right there. Would be a assassin for... Can I scroll up a little bit? I got hiccups. Guys, what clan would you be if you gave it any thought? Let's see. He had A+ at singing from a whip classes. The singing from the whip classes, the Indiana Jones. Tremere, let's see, Assassin for Hire. Okay, Tremere at the books, the Bloodlines is based. I played it on pen and paper as Tremere. Tremere is really cool. I think I played a Tremere on my first Let's Play of Vampire Bloodlines. My first time, the very first time I played Vampire Bloodlines, I played as a bruja. And then I restarted the game as a gangrel. I didn't finish the game, but I rescued the archaeologist, and the game crashed, because I didn't have the patch. I didn't have internet at the time. So the game crashed, and I didn't know what to do, so I restarted the game. I thought maybe the clan was bugged or something. I restarted the game as a bruja, then rescued the archaeologist as a bruja. And then I started as a toreador, and I didn't finish it. And I think I also started as a Tremere, and I didn't finish it. And when I say didn't finish it, I mean I didn't get to the archaeologist, but played for a while with those two as a Tremere and as a toreador. I wasn't very convinced by the toreador, to be honest. But it's kind of complicated, because it depends on how you role play, and if you're talking about in real life, it depends on what rule set you have. If you were indeed to like be a vampire in real, if this was a real thing, I mean, because different rule sets have different problems. Like specifically, the newest rule set I think has something called when you get your humanity down. It's not humanity down. It's your hunger, your blood levels. When you get your blood levels down, different clans will have different. It's not stigmata. What is it? It's got a name, but basically they have different debuffs. And I know the Tremere just basically start bleeding, and it's awful. Or is it Toreador? I'm not sure if it's the Toreador. Anyway, it's a terrible world, but it's hard to say which one I would be. Suck out vampire blood, probably, of other vampires. I think that's, I'm not sure if that's Diablerie. Diablerie is just sharing vampire blood. Making a blood bond between multiple vampires. And so sucking other vampire blood. I'm not really sure how that works. That probably is something in the rules. I like to look at my gear and stuff when traveling, otherwise I would be in first-person mode. Oh, Hellman left? Oh, see you later, Hellman. Sorry for not saying goodbye. I didn't read. I was talking. Oh, you can click reload. I shouldn't do this. There's no reason. This is not a game where it matters the time that it passes. Let's go to... Finally go to... No, wait. Oh, yeah. Let's go finally to Jeanette. Well, I say Jeanette. She's not going to be there, is she? We all know she's not going to be there. Hello, everybody. It is me, your favorite person. Listening to Isolation by... I don't know their name, but it is a cool song and I like it. And the rest of their album. I think they have multiple albums, I think. This band, I mean. And I think they have like 4. They're still going, I think. Either way. Okay, they're not complaining. Is it a new night? I don't think it is. It is not a new night. And of course she's here.
You.
I?
What were you thinking? The museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
Oh, so you were the kindred that
Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture, but nothing's changed. I I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others, but how dare you!
I didn't do it, I swear.
Don't lie to me! Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum.
At least I got your damn item from the Holstern house. Take it.
My museum is wrecked! Do you understand? Now, if you'd like to atone, or if you'd like to provide further assurance of your innocence, I have one more task that has to be dealt with.
We had an agreement.
We had an agreement. You blew that agreement. Even if my sister was at fault, you played into her hands. And I've all but had her destroyed for her actions against me. In fact, I may have been too severe with her.
Wait a minute. You're saying that you have been too severe with her and she's the one that blew the... Why? Why don't you just get rid of Jeanette?
Jeanette and Tongue are a noisome beauty and beast. Between them, they've nearly crippled my plans. I can control Jeanette, but once she's found a partner in crime, she turns into a bloody nuisance.
This is a really weird... She's found her partner in crime. This is interesting, the way that the dynamics work. What I'm thinking is, what is Tongue's attitude here, or Tongue's stake on the matter? Well, I shouldn't have underestimated Jeanette.
Underestimate her? She's a clown. A painted, perverted joker on Tongue's strings. Jeanette does things on a whim, for amusement. Underestimate her. Don't insult me.
All right. What can I do to make up for the mistake?
I made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets. She took them quite seriously, and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her, and explain that they were said in the heat of the moment. I asked her to meet me at the Surfside Diner, to reconcile. But I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
The diner where the lady died of a heart attack when I showed... Of course. I'll go. Then the feud is off?
I want to see my sister. Yes, I'll call it off once I've spoken with her myself. Just do what I ask.
I'll do. Look at her stance. See her... That's a... I don't remember Jeanette having her legs like that. She's like that's like a power stance. Like, I'm here. I'm the Baroness of Santa Monica. Who do you think you are? She was the one that blew the things. I didn't. Oh well. How could we have known that the kindred that had made the or whatever, not made, I guess, but prepared the theater place, not place, whatever. How could I have known that it was her? We couldn't. It's not on me. It's not on me, I swears. Anyway, let's see if I can avoid being seen by all the people. And I did. Let's go inside. At least there's no ambulance outside or anything, so it's not like anybody called 911 or the coroner. Yep, she got replaced. Those dudes are like, that's like a secret handshake. Are they gonna see what I'm doing here? That thing is... Okay. Where do I need to go? Over there? Do you guys mind? Oh, they do mind if I'm here. Do they, actually? No, that guy might. No, they do. They do. Excuse me, sir. I am definitely not gonna murder you of a heart attack this time around. Crap. That guy was in on it. Come here. I want that shotgun. That guy's dead. And I think I get the shotgun. I hope I do. Punch. Area of effect punch. That's what I'm talking about here. You're dead. You're gonna die too. You're gonna kill me, aren't you? That's the spirit. Oh, not what? Oh, that one, okay. Oh, now the phone rings. I'm sorry, sir. This is Elysium, so I shouldn't mess around too much. So we got a shotgun. That's really surprising. Utica M37. Excuse me. Hello?
It was a setup. Listen, I know we've had our differences, but you have to trust me. Therese tried to have you killed. I had to lock myself in the bathroom because now she's got a gun and... Please, you have to help me.
Slow down. Tell me what happened.
Therese knew it was you at the gallery all along. She set you up and... Did you hear that? She's crazy. She paid those thieves for a hit. She'll kill anyone who gets in the way of her becoming the top dog of Santa Monica.
Don't worry, Jeanette. I'll deal with Therese. I've got a score to settle now.
Hurry! I don't know how much longer I have.
I'm on my way. Okay, let's go. Thank you so much for a classy rant there. Well, thank you. You like Outer Worlds for the most part, but there's one thing that's sort of but the lesser depth of quests. It's a strange feeling. Can't really put it into words, but it's first down, almost finished, and it's the best. And I hope the best is yet to come from other planets. The quests seem pretty small for me so far. Like, go there and there's this robot and do whatever, and then you get the reward, and go there and get the reward. So it's very straightforward, or talk to these people and convince them. So I think it's more in the lines of quests done for dialogue's sake, rather than big sort of gauntlets that are just like you're gonna get through them and just you're gonna go everywhere and stuff like that. I don't know why they do that. There's a lot of dialogue crammed into small quests, though. So I think it might be just the writers envision a lot of writing, so they just sort of, let's make a quest that I can finish in a week, and, you know, write all the things and code all the things and whatnot, or prepare, or however you do the quest, depends on the size of the team. So it might be that, or it might be a conscious decision to allow for replayability on each quest. Because if you're going to make big quests and you're going to want replayability on those big quests, that's a lot more difficult to do. And you need to look only at like games like The Witcher 3 that have indeed big quests. All the side quests are really big, but in terms of replayability, and when I say replayability, I mean the branching storylines of each quest, they're not so much there. They are there still, but it's a lot spottier. So if you have smaller quests, like Fallout 1 has small quests, but you can make the choices. It's a lot easier to program choices into small quests, because the branch is only going to spawn from 1 or 2 points. So I don't know. I haven't seen yet a lot, so it's difficult for me yet. What are you going for in the Outer Worlds charisma build, solo, etc.? It's sort of a charisma build, not solo. Sort of an intelligence persuasion build. I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm not. I want to enjoy the dialogue. It's just the traditional sort of let's find out a lot about the dialogue and just have all the options that I want to have with trying to lie here or be intimidation there. There's a few quests already that I have done that I did it through dialogue, or not necessarily through. Or not necessarily quests that I've done, but also quests that I've done, but the specific options that I have made that are just dialogue based, and a few of them are specific skill checks. Alright, playing on Supernova. I'm not Decadency. I'm playing on hard, just the hard. I figured Supernova was going to be a bit of a nuisance. I had to make a split-second decision because I didn't prepare, but you can see the time it took me to make the decision on camera on the first episode, which wasn't that much. I had to decide and read the things. I had to skim through it. I had to decide whether I wanted that for on camera. And of course, it's still a gamble playing on hard because I don't know how hard the game is going to be. But I think I think it's going to be fun that it is hard, because failing on camera is fun for the viewer. So I'm playing on hard, and I am happy with that. But I'm also a little bit afraid that hard is going to be too hard, because, well, it might be too hard for camera. I don't know. It's not so hard, actually. Only you get used to it. It's annoying, says Jung. Yeah. I figured it was gonna be not good for camera for a first time playthrough. Can only save in ship. Oof. I didn't read that part. I read the part where you can only sleep in ship. I would not. Yeah, I can play in Supernova then. I mean, I could, but I've died plenty, and I think, yeah, it would be different. I guess it would be different. Anyway, let's not scare these people anymore. Before we go to Jeanette, I know we said that we were gonna be there in a jiffy, but before we go there, I'm actually gonna go to the pawn shop to sell my Ithaca, just in case we get another one, because we're not gonna use them. So we might as well just sell the weapons that we have, because we can't pick up multiples. We can pick up ammo though, but we can't sell the ammo. It's an interesting system, but it's sort of punishing in terms of money if you want to carry a lot of weapons. So I'm looking for exit F, and that would be this one. No, actually I'm looking for exit G, but this one works as well. It's not as good, but didn't find F or G. Or rather, I didn't find G. Because we were pretty close anyway. And nobody's here to be really upset at us. And that's good. Okay, let's go in here and do another criminal violation, which is sell weapons. I think. Also, that was me opening the door.
Thanks for coming back. What you need?
I like to sell.
All right, here's what we got today.
You have. So you want to shoot things? Wait. I can learn that? You know what? I am going to learn that. I don't want to shoot things, but there it is. Let's learn that. I wonder what the because I'm never gonna put points into. Oh, I need to sell this, the peeping thing. I'm never gonna put points into firearms, so I don't know. Using a gun is simple, easy, and fun for the whole family. First, get a gun, preferably something for home defense, like an automatic rifle. Second, check to see if the gun is loaded. If not, do so. Third, find a target. We recommend inanimate objects if no muggers are around. Fourth, shoot. Feel the power. Ellipses only have 3 dots. This book raises your firearm skill. Pa-doom, which is a really interesting sound that only shows up on that. It doesn't show up anywhere else in the game. So can I sell the peeping things? I can indeed. I am an idiot. So that's that. And then I have astrolite peeping thingies. Can't sell those. Can't sell these. Diaries I can't. And I can't sell this either. So there it is. Bye. Stupid laptop keyboard won't type the letters. You might come back to the mode if you update something. Or mods. I don't know if mods are going to be available. But if they... Wait a minute. Why are the cops there? I didn't slash the painting. Nobody slashed the paintings. I wonder if I can talk to the cops. I imagine I can't, but I'm gonna give it a try. Oh.
What the? Oh, jeez, look at you. Now, wait. I know most people, they can't accept you because of your uniqueness, but I understand. My sister's a freak. Allie, the crocodile girl, she's in a traveling circus around the Midwest. That poor, sweet, wonderful, scaly girl. Listen, do you need a hug?
I'm okay. How about you tell me what happened to the gallery?
Sure. Some lunatic broke into the gallery and slashed up the paintings. Everyone's a critic these days, huh?
I just hope they catch the guy, person who did it. Bye. Okay, well, that was an interesting thing. I was wondering what he was gonna say because of the because of me being a Nosferatu. Anyway, we have a feud now with Therese, and we're in for... I don't know what we're in for. Hey, man.
Hey, don't take this the wrong way, but even beer goggles.
I know what beer goggles. What do you... It's just... Fine. Hey, Nox. You're still around?
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing.
Oh, man.
Oh, man.
Your help.
No problem, dude. Okay, well, we're going upstairs. Let's see where this is gonna go. I know where this is gonna go. Do you know where this is gonna go? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Have you played this game before? It's still the same night. It is the same night. Oh no. She's upset. Oh no.
You stay out of this. To think anyone would risk their life for this filthy, tainted waste of blood. This will just make it easier to kill both of you. Help! Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear! Shut up, Jeanette. I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
What's going on here?
Isn't it obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less?
Gross.
So despicable. So unclean.
Indeed.
You're one to talk, dear sister. Or should I say daddy's little girl? Do you want to know just how depraved the Baron of Santa Monica can be? Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he... Don't finish that sentence, or you're dead.
So, I don't know where the choice comes in. I think there's only one choice here, and there's always two options. I think I can say whatever I want. And it doesn't matter until it does. And I know when it matters, so I know which choice to make. But this is basically this is a very interesting conversation. From a storytelling perspective, mind you. Because we don't know. We at this point in the game, we don't know much regarding Jeanette and Therese Vorman. They're canonical characters, their storyline is canonical, so in the World of Darkness we know what is. But as from a game, what is true and what isn't, I mean. But from the game perspective, we don't. And I'm gonna ask Jeanette to go on.
Had his way with you, and he didn't have to force you. You went limp and became his plaything. Do you think I didn't hear it? Night after night? Always the obedient daughter until... Shut up. Just shut up!
Go on, Jeanette.
Would you like to tell the story? She makes herself out to be the virgin queen of the night, pious as a nun, stable as the Earth's orbit. But it's all an act, isn't it? I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taken care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
That line right there. That line right there. Now, when I did my first Let's Play of this game, I made a title called My Theory About Therese and Jeanette. That's the 10th episode, I think, of my previous Let's Play. And I prepared. I think I prepared. I'm not really sure if I did, but I think I explained my theory regarding these two sisters and their origin. And when I say these two sisters, you can tell already that it's the same person. And we never saw them together before, so it's the same person, right? And I explained my theory here, and I think it all hinges in this particular line over here. And what they were talking about before. But since I made that video, I believe, I might be wrong on this, so feel free to correct me. But but I believe I've read the canonical, though somebody pointed it out to me, or I've read the canonical version of their origin story, and I am correct in my theory. So yay, I came up with the solution myself. Anyway, by myself, I mean. But I think the situation here and what this line tells you. So if you don't want to just think about what the authors of World of Darkness wrote, and also the interviews that Brian Mitsoda might have given regarding the sisters. If you want to just look at what the game has to give us, you can pivot off of this particular line. If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. That line implies, or it doesn't imply, but it sort of makes a hint, or sort of implies, I mean, that they were two sisters before they became a vampire, or she became a vampire. Therese, because this is Therese's line. Remember, they tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. And I think what that is there when Therese, who had developed split personality disorder because of her trauma, she must have been subjected to treatment or something. They tried to separate us line is hazy, so we don't know. But that's I suppose that could be Therese being treated for split personality disorder. I don't know if it's called split personality disorder. It used to be called that anyway. I don't know what it is. Or detached. It's the personality detachment. I don't actually know the term anymore because psychology evolves very fast, and I've only really been subjected, or I've only ever seen really depictions in of this particular disorder in popular culture. So I think in 6 Feet Under had a character with it as well. The point is, I don't know that. Bipolar, I think, is another term. It might be all in the same spectrum and whatnot. Either way, what I think happened is that Jeanette was never alive, as it were. Jeanette was never a person. Jeanette is the split personality of Therese. The personality that Therese blames for all the bad things that she does. Which is a fairly typical, straightforward thing that happens to people with this sort of trauma, or at least with this sort of pathology. And then what happened, though, and that is why I was saying that we don't know much about them. I chose this life, which is she became a vampire and chose it apparently, and brought you into it. She chose to be a Malkavian. However that happened, she chose to be a Malkavian because she's a Malkavian. We don't know that, and I'm telling you this. The game hasn't told us. But Malkavians, as we can know from the character creation, have a mental disorder. They can have paranoia. They can have schizophrenia. They can have split personality disorders, and that's what she is. And that is, so it becomes more than simply an anomaly or than a disorder that she has. That is part of her vampirism. That's part of her character, being two characters. So it's interesting now that I finished my rant here, my second rant, because I did the same rant in my first Let's Play. It's interesting to think of her as dependent, of her as a character, as dependent on the existence of both personalities. Even though it brings them great pain. Definitely brings them great pain. Specifically to Therese, because we can trust Therese a little bit more, as we have seen Jeanette be a little bit more manipulative in the way she expresses her emotions. And so, even though Jeanette has expressed suffering regarding her sister, we can't really be 100% sure that she indeed was suffering at the time. But Therese has expressed his aspiration regarding her sister, and we know it brings her pain that her sister is a pain in the butt. But it is still part of their characters. So my choice is gonna be with that in mind. On the topic of skills, what are you? Let me see what. Oh, I don't have a mouse over here. I'm so sorry. You can never screw them both. Oh, you were talking about dialogues. Just with Tremere, okay. I think it was one and created 2 second personalities because she was raped. Yeah, but she created that the second personality before she became a vampire. And I think that's what the line is saying here, is that they tried to separate us. I refused. I chose this life. I brought you into this life. So I'm removing the but and the end to sort of highlight the sequence, because the sequence is the subtext. It's not directly in the text that is in a chronological order, but you can imply or you can infer that it is in a chronological order because it's not explicitly made the opposite. So that is still a theory. It's not there, but you can infer that they tried to separate us. Then she refused. Then she chose his life, and then she brought, and at the same time brought Jeanette into it. So you can infer the chronological thing, and that's the bit that is important, because Jeanette is not a result of her Malkavianism. Jeanette is a result of her being raped by her father. That race takes humans that are a bit messed up and ended up crazy. Yeah, but it could also be a result, like it for the longest time. I think the first time I played the game, I thought Jeanette had just died. I thought Jeanette had died when they were alive, or when they were people, and Therese died and became a vampire, and then conjured her dead sister's personality into her head. This was my first, when I played the game for the longest time as well, this is how I thought that was. But then I came to the realization that it's not what it is, and it's there in the text that it's not what it is. And I know that other people believe that Jeanette was alive and died, and she became a Malkavian and made up her dead sister personality. Also because the dead sister's personality being a part of you is a super tropey thing that happens. And this World of Darkness is very tropey. This game is very tropey, but the World of Darkness is not as much, but it still is. They have visions that become stronger with time. Wait a bit. Oh, the Malkavians. It could be the paintings at the back, 2 small girls. Yeah, Panaritas. That's another reason why it's so easy to interpret Jeanette being a real people. But I think that's not what it is. I think maybe it's a red herring. But I think what that person is, the father figure, is her sire. And they are the 2 personalities. I think that father figure, we don't know who it is, but I think that's just a representation of the 2 children. And also it would make sense, right, to have those paintings over there, just even if only to convince herself that she had a history with Jeanette as a kid, and just sort of make that all come to life, and having that. That definitely helps. It's like trying to forget a person that you lost, or either to death or to just somebody that left you. Just try to, don't have pictures of them, and that helps. So that's the same, but it's the opposite. She's trying to make it all make sense in her head, so she makes the environment around her be part of that as well. Why are you so terrible at this game? God damn it. Hey, Ritterin, welcome to the stream. I didn't even need to read your name. Welcome on in. How's it going? This game has a few specific battles that are very hard. They are. There's a few specific battles that are kind of difficult. The ones that I have difficulty... Surprisingly enough, the last battle that we did against the Blood Avatar, or whatever that is, the painting demon... It has a name. I didn't even read it. Surprisingly, that battle is difficult, but I never have troubles with it. That battle can kick your ass, like, a lot. But I did it first time today. I mean, almost got killed, but... The battles for me that are the most difficult are besides the last battle. The last battle is really difficult. Depends on the build. It can be really easy. Can be super easy. But for me, the battle that is the most difficult is the sniper battle before the archaeologist. That is difficult for me. I seem to recall it being difficult anyway. And I also have a lot of trouble with the werewolf. The battle in the werewolf with the werewolf. Not the big werewolf, the small werewolf. Apart from that, everything is close. Oh, also the shark. The shark is a little bit difficult. Cemetery is hard with. Oh, cemetery is super difficult. Forget the cemetery. It's not that you die. It's just that it's impossible. It's just super difficult. It's incredible how difficult that is. I cheesed it in my Let's Play. I did some edits as well to make it not be super boring on camera, but I cheesed it in my Let's Play. And if you want to know how to get through that battle without actually being good or having a good character, go watch my Let's Play, because I show it. And it is difficult. Even then, it is difficult. You think you can notice the pattern of running joke. So yeah, if someone approaches you screaming about how terrible you are, it's most of the time me, yeah. Except tactical games, I'm terrible, absolutely. Oof, I'm terrible. Like, it's readily obvious. But I think it's only readily obvious by watching people who are good, because on camera, it sort of is obvious that you're terrible at everything. Because, yeah, only games that I'm really familiar with, and even then, like Fallout 1 and 2, doing the videos, you always want to be good and just sort of come up with a video that's nice and interesting. So whenever you don't do that, whatever game it is, you realize, oh, this sucks. I'm not doing the things properly. And so that was pretty obvious for me. Like, when I started doing videos, I immediately realized, oh boy, I suck. I suck at this. But on the tactical side of things, the real proof of the matter is not so much that I am my realization when I play, but rather watching people who are good at tactics be good at tactics. And I think for me, the person that I think is the best at tactics is Bumpy McSquiggums. He does tactical games like, my God, honestly, stuff like Battle Brothers. He's the master of Battle Brothers. He's just so good at it. So good at it. Battle Brothers. It's just, I cannot comprehend. But that doesn't mean... The thing about tactics games, the thing about tactical games, and for Let's Plays, it's a different thing. Because you always want the Let's Play to be good. So I can't, if people can't watch my Let's Plays because I suck, I totally understand that. Some people like that I suck, I suppose. So that's good. But I understand that people might not want to watch somebody suck at a game. It depends. It depends on things. On the person, I suppose. But for the fun thing about tactical games is that even though you can suck, you still have enormous fun. I still have enormous fun, even sucking. And that's why save scumming is amazing. And I understand that some people don't like save scumming. If you don't have fun with save scumming, don't do it. I have a lot of fun. I can save scum all day. It's Kvark, welcome to the stream. Save scumming for me is just I'm there. There is being capable and being terrible. I'm scared of the day you play Jack the Lions 2. I'm scared too, to be honest. You're playing an MMO now all day long, but you're getting itchy for Bloodlines now that I saw it. For this one, or for the second one? I'm definitely itchy for the second one. Hey, Kvarg, love your Let's Plays, you say. Keep doing what I do. Thank you. I am keeping doing what I do. Thank you very much for showing up. Thank you very much. I mean, what can I say? Thank you. For this one, you don't think the second one will be good? Oh, this one is great. This one definitely one of my favorite games. We'll see what the second one is. Not being made by a traditional RPG team is sort of, yeah. When Save Scum the game comes out, Save Scum the game, Save Scum Simulator. It'll be the only game I play for days. Bloodlines 2 from Paradox. Paradox is not the studio itself. I think it's another studio. I don't think it is Paradox Entertainment. It's Paradox, the publisher, that's doing it. but I don't know who the studio is. I do know that it's the same writers, though. Well, I say it's the same writers. There are multiple writers for this game. There's not. It's not a huge team, but the main writer is Brian Mitsoda. Brian Mitsoda, by the way, incidentally, went on to make Dead State, which you should absolutely play. You should absolutely play Dead State, or buy it at least, and play it whenever you can, because it's a great game. I also have a Let's Play of it. And Brian Mitsoda, for the longest time, I don't think he worked in, for a while, I don't think he worked in, for like 3 years, he didn't work in games. But his wife, Annie Mitsoda, was working at Obsidian while they did Neverwinter Nights 2 and the expansions. She was a writer in the second expansion of Neverwinter Nights 2. I'm not really sure if it was the second or the first. And then they went on to make their own studio called Double Bear Productions, I think is how it's called. I don't think it's disbanded, but they are not working on anything because Brian Mitsoda is now working on Bloodlines 2, and Annie Mitsoda too is working on Bloodlines 2. They're both writers, so yeah, I really enjoyed Dead State. Dead State was fantastic. Somebody said Paradox are good for strategy. Yeah, somebody said last stream that Paradox, that they were worried about microtransactions and the monetization strategy of Bloodlines. I honestly, if I had to put money on it and bet that whether it is gonna be sucky, let's put it just like that, sucky at microtransactions, or at least the monetization. If I had to put money right now, I would bet that it won't be sucky. According to my standards. But then you need to also, there's a caveat to that as well, which is I don't think it's sucky the way Obsidian works with their, for example, Pillars of Eternity 2 with 5 small DLCs, or smallish DLCs, or Pillars of Eternity 1 with 2 parts for the same expansion, or it's 2 expansions, but it's just 2 parts. I don't think that's sucky. I understand where they're coming from, and it's definitely made they do that because they get more money for it, for the same work. They could just do a bunch of work on Pillars of Eternity 1, for example. They make the main game and they release it, and they charge for the normal version of the game, collector's edition, with the soundtrack and a few other knickknacks here and there, and then they, after a year or so, they release something called The White March, and they charge $30 for it. They do that, and they could do that. They could absolutely do that. They would get less money from that, or rather, they would get less money when compared to how they did it for Pillars of Eternity 1, which is after a year, or almost a year, or it was less than a year actually. They released the first part of the expansion for $25, and then they brought it down after a while for no, actually it wasn't $25. It was $20, I think. I know the 2 parts of the expansion cost $40. But if you wait for sales, you buy it for less. But they get a lot more money that way, and they get to also rotate the team internally a lot better. For internal management is a lot better. That just has so many benefits. And in Pillars of Eternity 2, they just have 5 expansions, and they're all like $10 here, $15 there, $25 there. They get so much more money like that. Battletech is the same game. It's the same style. They are working actively in that game, for sure. The new expansion is coming out this month, by the way. But they have 3 expansions for a game that could easily just have a single expansion. The expansions are not really that much. And you're paying $20 for each expansion, 15 or $20. So they do that because they know what they're like. They know that it's going to get them more money. And it's transparent. But it's still, I think that it's not sucky. And it's totally less sucky than Paradox does with the Crusader Kings, the Europa Universalis, and that sort of stuff. Because those transaction mechanics, those monetization strategies they exist because they know they can get a lot of money from their hardcore fan base. And it's their hardcore fan base, the people who buy all the expansions when they come out. That's the people who make those expansions be the case. And that sucks. For in a world where we want to have the things when they come out, And if you get them later, they're not as valuable for us, because that's the way it works. They get discounted after a while. So for us, it works the other way around. If they get discounted after, then it means that things are worth less after. But that's not the case. Like, objectively speaking, you get, if you get a table today, it's not any less worth what it is to you than it is if you get it in a year. And in fact, tables don't go into discount. The thing is, the reasons why things go into discount, or get discounted rather, is different. The reason is different depending on the market. So if it's a cell phone, it gets discounted because it's literally worth less in the sense of the needs. If today's table didn't work as well as 10 years ago's tables, then they would be worth less. Or rather, the other way around, what I'm trying to say. Games are not like that. Unless you just want to play it for the graphics or something like that, which is totally valid. I mean, if you want to play a game because it looks good and you want to see what the latest technologies are, sure, go right ahead. And they're going to be, in a year or 2 years, they're going to be cheaper because the graphics aren't going to be as impressive. That makes sense. That makes total sense. But I don't play games like that. If I go back and play Crusader Kings 2, we're talking about Paradox. If Hard Suit Labs, thank you, Decadency. If I go back and play Crusader Kings 2, I still have as much fun with it as I would have had if I played it when it came out. It's still the same game. I just can get it for a lot cheaper. And you can get the expansions as well for a lot cheaper. You can get the first Crusader King with all the expansions. I don't know if they had expansions, actually. I think there's the complete edition of Crusader Kings. You can get it usually for $2 or $2.50. So you can do that. But you also know that if you want to play things right as they come out, you're going to need to pay a lot of money. So that sucks for Paradox. But I do want to tell you that Paradox was the one who released Pillars of Eternity 1. Rather. Who published, Pillars of Eternity 2 and Tyranny. So they have worked with Obsidian, and Obsidian left them, admittedly. But as a publisher, they have experience publishing RPGs to good end. So I'm not worried about them from a publisher perspective. And while I'm sure they are going to be like, get some microtransactions in there, get some expansion stuff in there, especially for a game that is so well regarded as Bloodlines, if they make a good game, a game that people don't, I don't know, if they don't make a Fallout 76, that's all they need to do. That's all they need to do. They can have all the microtransactions they want. I mean, not all the microtransactions they want, all the expansions, all the little bits and bobs that they want, and they're going to get a lot of money out of that. But it also depends, because if you have a small, it depends on how much they sell. It's very complicated. Crusader Kings 3 is coming to, yeah, it's true. We'll say it'll be 6 out of 10 game. If it's close to how Bloodlines 1 was, I don't mind the price. Yeah, I've bought all the DLCs of Pathfinder Kingmaker and I love it. Yeah, I think I bought all the DLCs for Pathfinder Kingmaker, but I waited for discounts on that particular game because the DLCs are sort of, the game is so long as well that I can wait. But the DLCs are sort of sort of distanced, so I can do that. My problem with DLCs is this: if you like to play games the best that you can, whatever game it is, imagine you're gonna want to play Darkest Dungeon. You look at Darkest Dungeon and you're like, I want to play that game, and it's still in early access. You're not gonna play it in early access if you don't have much time. I'm gonna wait until it's done. And that same mentality, that a lot of people have, that a lot of people think like that. A lot of people don't buy games in early access because they are not finished, and they're like, I want to play it when it's done. And I do that for RPGs. I don't do that for everything. I do that for a lot of stuff. And honestly, having a YouTube channel rewards me for not doing that and just getting the games when they come out, because it's a lot easier for YouTube. Because you get a lot more. It's a lot better. Not as good for the first. It's good on certain aspects, but it's better overall, I find. The point is, if you play games when they come out, hey, Within Mindfire, welcome back. How's it going? If you play games when they come out, you play the final release of the game. However, that attitude of wanting to play games when they come out can also and does also apply to a few people, not to everybody, obviously, to DLCs. And I did that. I did that with Dead State before I started. I'm thinking of recent games because I don't have a lot of history not having a YouTube channel and following new games in the after the indie revolution of the 2012 sort of there or thereabout. Dead State was a game like that. As soon as I knew that Dead State was gonna get a patch, I stopped playing it. I didn't play it again because I'm gonna play it when it's done. It's the same basic thing. For Pillars of Eternity as well. As soon as I knew that there was well, actually it's complicated for Pillars of Eternity, but I knew that it was gonna be an expansion. I stopped playing and I was gonna wait for the expansion because my idea was to wait until the game was done. And if it takes 5 DLC to get out, if it takes like, I did that with The Witcher 3 as well. When The Witcher 3 came out, I knew that they were going to release an enhanced edition, which they didn't release, but still, they released, but with a different name. And I knew that because I played The Witcher 1, the original version of the game. I played it, and there were a few things that I didn't like, specifically inventory management in the first game. And I played it and I finished it. And I was like, okay, this is a cool game. And then the enhanced edition came out. It was a free patch for the first Witcher. This is like 2009, somewhere around there. Actually, 2008. I don't remember exactly the date. For the first edition. And the enhanced edition was so good that I was like, man, this is great. The game is so much better. It's so great. The Witcher 1 is one of my favorite games of all time. You should absolutely play it. Absolutely play it. And the enhanced edition was free. Like, it was just a patch. It's just basically a patch. It's basically the patch that you get from a Paradox game for free when an expansion comes out. It's like you get some new things. Paradox does that. And in fact, that happens as well with a lot of games, but when expansions come out. But that one was an expansion. It was just, let's fix the game. It's like it's the game fixed. It's better. It's better. And when The Witcher 2 came out, they specifically said, when The Witcher 2 came out, that they were not going to release an enhanced edition. They specifically said that. Or at least I saw a headline. And I was like, oh, they're not going to release an enhanced edition. Sure. Then I didn't get the game immediately because I was playing something else or something or other. Or I wasn't down for it. Or maybe I think I remember why I didn't get The Witcher 2. I think I followed the news of the developers that had left The Witcher 1 and what they had said and all that. Because there was a big... CD Projekt Red is the big mess all the time. And anyway, in my opinion... At the time, not having played the game, I thought The Witcher 2 wasn't going to be as good. So I didn't get it. A year passes, and there's an enhanced edition. And I was like, oh, I thought you said you weren't going to release one. Okay. And I got it. I got the enhanced edition. I enjoyed it. The enhanced edition came with all the DLCs and all the little things, because that's what they do. I enjoyed it. The Witcher 2 is kind of good. The Witcher 1 is still it's still favorite. Not my favorite. My favorite is The Witcher 3, but I prefer The Witcher 1 to The Witcher 2. And then they released The Witcher 3 and said specifically again that they weren't going to release an enhanced edition. And in my mind, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to get it on discount when you have all the DLCs out, whether you call it the enhanced edition or not. And that's what I got. I got the director's cut for The Witcher 3. And on like $25. I got it back in 2017 or something. Or 2018? 2017. Maybe earlier? I don't remember when it was. No, this is a 2015 game. 2016 I got it. For $25. That's how I started playing. That's how I started doing streams. So there's a lot of people that do that and wait until all the things are out, and it's cheaper to do that as well. But it's also a lot more money that the companies get by releasing DLCs, multiple DLCs, like The Witcher 3 has. It only has 2, but still, that's the point. You don't remember anything crazy with the monetization of Pillars of Tyranny? Yeah, it's basically totally fine. The problem with Paradox, or my problem with Paradox, is their policies are, let's say, doesn't align well with me. There's, I mean, I can't criticize you for not liking a company. I will not criticize you if you just have that idea. It's totally fine. I don't remember anything crazy with monetization. Colonel, will you play Final Fantasy VII Remake when it's released? Final Fantasy VII Remake. Apparently it's being remade in parts. I will play it when it's all out. Also, probably not. I'm sorry, Kvark. It's a lot of combat those games have, and I am very sensitive to a lot of combat. I might play. I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. But it doesn't, like, for me, it doesn't make much sense from a YouTube perspective. So many more people are gonna play it, and my audience is not really into that sort of games. But I could play it. Didn't this game have, or didn't this game you're playing have a massive game-breaking bug? Yes. That a player created a patch for. Oh yes, not a player. Actually, not a player. The 1.2 patch, which is the first patch released after the company went down. After the company went down, the 1.2 patch that the game has, the official one, fixes that bug. I played 5 times through this game, and I couldn't finish it because there's that game-breaking bug. And there's like 5 hours of content more even after that, and I just never did that. It's at a fairly late stage of the game, but I just never finished that for the longest time. And then I got internet, and I was like, oh, there's patches. This was like 3 or 4 years after I'd played it, because I didn't have internet at the time. And then I finished the game, and I was mind blown because it's awesome, it's amazing. And I finished it a couple of times since then, including on camera. But I am playing with a fan-made patch, and you should absolutely install the unofficial patch that you absolutely have, because there are so many bugs. Some relevant thoughts here. For example, you bought the second part of Subnautica for support its development because you really liked the first one and play the hell out of it. But you're waiting for it to leave early access, so you have the entire experience from the start. Yeah, that is absolutely valid way. It's yeah, especially if you have other games to play. I think it's easy for some people to sort of focus, sort of tunnel vision onto some games, and they exploit that for games that get a lot of popularity, especially strategy games that you play a lot of, because it's not like, oh, I finished the storyline, that's that. So it works for them. You've heard iffy things about the FF7 remake. I've heard iffy things. Sinok, welcome to the stream, by the way. I've heard iffy things as well. It's complicated. It's complicated. It's complicated. I don't know. The thing is, you have to always keep in mind that it's not even that the developers get misquoted sometimes, which they do. The thing that happens the most is that developers are talking to a specific part of their audience when they say certain things, and are sort of alienating another part of their audience. And then the next day they get another interview and they talk to the other part of their audience and alienate the one that they talked to yesterday. So it's just, I've been talking for so long. I'm about to continue. It's just complicated to. I always wait for when the games are out. And yeah, unless it's just something really drastic, some really dramatic, that's just absolutely, I'm like, oh, screw that noise. Anyway, Jeanette, that's the theory. We did a theory of Jeanette. And let's see what we are going to choose. Fourth Axe, welcome. Fourth Ave. No, Fourth Axe. So let's try to separate us. Is that true, Jeanette? Sounds like she has a point.
She's a control freak. People, things, emotions. If she can't control something, she gets rid of it. And you're a wild animal. You'll rub up against anything that'll take you in for the night. Then when you're stuffed and bored, you bite the hand that fed you.
Hey, if it wasn't for Jeanette, I'd be on my way to Tongue right now.
As I said, to trust Jeanette is to trust a famished jackal not to eat you while you sleep. Therese will never let you live. You've disappointed her. I used you, yes, but I didn't try to have you killed. Therese has no problem with killing, do you? Remember Father? Father loved me. I was a good girl. I always did what I was told. You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
What happened to your father, Jeanette?
Father came home drunk one day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
I can't believe you killed your own father, Therese.
The police sure did. They broke us up for a little while, remember? The first thing you did after your escape was find me.
Enough! Don't say another word about that.
So, sweet sister, is this how it has to end? I admit I always knew this night might come. Well, any message you want me to give Father? An apology? A love letter?
And this is the option. Give me the gun. I don't know if this works. I don't know what's gonna happen.
I should turn this on you next, but I won't. Without Jeanette's assistance. Tongue, you're no threat. I'll call off the feud if that will get you out of my city.
Okay. I don't think I saved...
Tongue's hiding out in an abandoned oil tank at the old gas station.
Yep.
I'll tell him that one condition of a truce is that he help you. Our business, then, is finally complete. What you witnessed here, not a word to anyone.
Can't believe you killed Jeanette. I'll keep my mouth shut. Goodbye. That line right there, I can't believe you killed Jeanette, that's meant for us to realize what happened, even though we just realized what happened. Yeah, I couldn't save them both. There is a way to do that, though. Ultimately, the option is kind of irrelevant. I mean, it's not irrelevant. This is the end of the thing. This is the end of the storyline of them. Anyway, the feud is off, so we can proceed. Let's ask her. Oh, yeah, she just makes her sad face at us. It's a happy ending, I think, for Therese. Not for Jeanette. Oh, evidently she's dead. You could also do the opposite. I have done the opposite. I think I did it on my Let's Play. I think on my Let's Play I saved Jeanette, and then you can have sex with her twice. In fact, if you have the patch, I think it's the plus patch that adds it. I'm not sure. And sex, I don't actually know what happens. There's an article about that, about the sexuality of vampires in the world of darkness. Written by... I don't know who it is, but there's I think it's one of the authors that explores the role-playing dynamic. Because this is, of course, a tabletop role-playing game, so you need to know some of this stuff to be able to role-play some of this stuff. So I guess now we can talk to Tongue. The feud has been called off. Tongue is hiding in an oil tank not far from the asylum. You must meet with him and get him to show you a way into the warehouse so that the explosives can be set. And I believe going into that warehouse is how this night ends. And now how basically the newspapers update, the crab nipple man goes elsewhere, and that's that one over there. And we got new emails and all this sort of stuff. Because that's the only thing that the storyline doesn't really do very well, which is separating the nights, which is a very important thing, but not really. It is a little bit. It's kind of important. So what I came here for is for my email and seeing if I have anything else, but I don't. Anyway, let's go meet Tongue. Let's go get some Tongue. That is something new. You will miss some. That is something new that you've heard. I tried the tabletop game once. We all wanted to be vampires, so the GM hated us. Why? You can do that. You just need to tell the GM, hey, I want to be vampires, because we were supposed to be all angsty about it. Oh, that doesn't sound like a very good GM, if you pardon my intrusion, I suppose. Intrusion? And me saying so, I suppose. A GM needs to accommodate their players. Look, man, problem is not about the that they shrink her boobs, because it's not what they did, but the problem is... Oh, that's the iffy. Oh, that's... I think their boobs are just fine, if you know what I mean. but most of the people are why they change it, because it's better quality. You don't want the boobs in the she had in the first game. It's just that's super ugly. It's just basically that's what it is, because it's just ugly as hell. As sin, in fact. That see the pun there. To TLDR. Yeah, it was a little bit of a big thing. Okay, so that's the oil tanker. Did they actually call it the oil tanker? No, the oil tank. I would never have guessed that's an oil tank. Suncoat. Gasoline. Well, I guess that's the tell. Excuse me, crab nipple man. I need to close that door. And I think we know where Tongue is. Excuse me? You don't mind if I come in?
The one and only. Don't bother with the introductions, fledgling. I know who you are.
You do?
News travels down the kindred grapevine like wildfire. And that courtroom spat between LaCroix and Nines Rodriguez is a juicy little morsel. And you in the middle. How interesting.
Yep. Nines Rodriguez. That's the guy that saved our life at the beginning of the game. You in the middle, though. That's great. So you know I survived.
Oh, you did you? Well, I wasn't worried. So why did you need to find me? What did you need?
I need to get to that warehouse for Mercurio. You know Mercurio?
Oh, never mind. The warehouse, though. I've been watching the place. The Sabotage has a bunch of low-life humans working day and night to move stuff through there. There's some major staging going on.
I wonder why you didn't want to talk about Mercurio, though. Never mind. That was a weird line. Just humans in there?
As far as I can tell. The humans seem to know the score from the way they've been talking. I think most of them have aspirations of joining the next graduating class of shovelheads. Ugh, losers.
So they know they're working for vampires.
Yeah. The Sabat like everyone to know just who they're dealing with. So if you get in there and have to bust a few heads, don't feel bad. Think of it as upholding the Masquerade.
Can you get me in there without being detected?
Yes, I can. Just tell me when you're ready, and we'll leave. Once you're there, however, you're on your own. You'll have to get into the place and plant the explosives in the middle office to take the whole structure down.
Let's see if we can do this in a way that I've never done. And I think it takes a long time, so it's just really bad for a Let's Play because I can make cuts, it's totally fine. Let me get a few things first.
Alright, I guess. Come back when you're ready to go. But don't be too long, fledgling. This isn't really something we planned around your schedule.
I will.
Here, take this map. Use it to navigate the sewer mains. You'll never be able to use public transportation with that face, so...
What?
Get used to jogging in the slop. And stop back by later. I might have use for a young Nosferatu like yourself.
Thanks. Maybe I will. I have never seen this sewer works manual.
Go?
No, not yet. I'll be back in a little while. I've never seen this manual. What the heck? A guide to the sewer. This is how this is instead of the taxi. What? It can't be. A guide to the sewer mains in the greater Los Angeles area with the references such as these. Nosferatu turn sluiceways and sludge pools into highways and havens. For global travel, enter the sewers and use one of the maps found on the wall. What? That's... Okay, well...
You ready to go?
I kind of wanted to ask you some questions, though. Let's go. Yeah, the questions need to come when we get back. Because... He says a lot of things about all the things. And as you can tell, this is an area where we can shoot a lot of people. Let's try not to. I might want to improve my obfuscate. Let's see where we are. 30 experience points! Heck yeah! Not spending all the skill points is where I'm at right now. Forever. And also this soundtrack. I do not remember this soundtrack. But also this is a single area, so it might be a single soundtrack. Oh no, it disappeared. Or maybe they patched it in, because this game, Vampire Bloodlines, has a folder with all the soundtrack in it. That's the last piss you'll take, my dude. And we have a 38 now. That's the train. We are in a train yard. It's weird that we can hear the trains, though. Because they... Oh, no, it's not weird at all. They're coming out in the background. Coming out in the background? That's not what it is. There's more of them. Okay, there's a man over there. It's not a crab nipple man. There's a crab nipple man over here. I think he heard that. I think I heard his footsteps. Crab nipple man. Confederate Atlantic. Excuse me, Mr. Crab nipple man. He doesn't talk. Whoa, really? Interesting. You can have a chat with him. With a normal character. He actually doesn't get afraid either. So he...
What the fuck is going on here tonight? Boxes all in everyone's face and shit.
Didn't you hear? A new shipment came in. Some pretty serious hardware.
Yeah.
I'll buy the skills, don't worry.
We get that kind of shit in here all the time. What's so different about tonight?
I don't know. Marcus is tense as a motherfucker. Maybe you heard something.
Like what?
Like, I don't know, but keep your fucking eyes open. And someone better tell those clowns in the freight house to quit playing cards before Marcus comes out and starts peeling fucking caps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
So we got a couple of fools over yonder. And yes, what I'm trying to do is full on sneak. Oh, this is an invisible wall over here. Let's see if I can go around. I was trying to get this guy not to see us, but it doesn't matter. There's also another guy over there. Is this openable? It is. This is what I'm saving my points for. Lockpicking. Well, not just that. Hacking as well. So if we can get them all dead, that works as sneaking too, doesn't it? There's going to be plenty of places where I'm not going to be able to kill them all. So I think I'm going to be fine with whatever result happens here. Oh no. That guy died for nothing. I didn't need to kill him. That's just the guy that you need to kill if you can't pick a lock or find a secret path. Okay. So they're just having a chat over there. That train, my god. Do they really honk like that? Lockpicking is the main source of anxiety for me in RPGs. How much is enough? Is it valuable? Can I beat it without it? That's why you just dump it all on your first playthrough, and then you decide. Did you get anything from a lock or from a lock that was really good? If so, yeah, you need it. That's what I do. Okay, I don't know if it's through there. You know what I'm gonna do? Heresy. I'm gonna do heresy. Can I rotate my character from here? I cannot. What I'm gonna do is I am gonna invest in some disciplines over here. Let's see what we have over here. You may move invisibly while crouched. You will be revealed if you touch anyone or containers, or if you interact with the environment or perform stealth kills. And then we have hidden killer. You may perform stealth kills while staying invisible using the attack key, which is E. Be careful not to touch your victim or containers, or you will be revealed. Then this one, they don't cost too much. Well, so far anyway. If you touch anyone or containers, you'll be revealed. So they always get... You can interact with the environment. Interesting. So I probably want limited invisibility just from a simple going around not having problems perspective. So I might go with that instead of having... Yeah. Let's get that. The single skill that I am gonna have. Did they change the name? It goes from hide to limited invisibility, but it is still... It's interesting because this here we use obfuscate, but on this one you use night wisp ravens and burrowing beetles if you invest on that. So you have differentiation down at the bottom right screen corner of the screen. But we're gonna use obfuscate, and it's gonna be totally fine. And that is how you beat this level with the Nosferatu. Not really. There's other ways. You can just be really good at sneaking. Oh. Well, I could get a little bit more lockpicking. I could get security for that. Or I could get dexterity, which is also pretty good for sneaking. So I'll go ahead and get that as well. See, that's why we save the skill points. We're going to get more as well soon, so... Besides, getting in here is good, because you get shotgun shells. Or 38 ammo. Which is totally useless, because I'm not going to use the weapon, but... It's always good to have.
Shit, relax, Holmes. I'm in.
Yo, Marcus is getting all crazy on people tonight, right? What the fuck? Something going down tonight. He knows something. We don't.
I know you best keep your voice down, Holmes. Marcus don't play that shit.
What shit? I'm just asking a question.
That's the shit he don't play.
Look, both of you just shut up and play your fucking cards. Where the hell's Junior?
He's inside, watching the steps. Guess Marcus kinda scared of him, you know?
Shit, I guess Junior's smarter than he looks.
This is pretty fun. Oh. This is pretty funny dialogues here. That guy's just... Is that Junior? I wonder if that's Junior over there. They said he was inside.
You see something out there?
Where?
Out there in the trains. I swear I saw something moving.
Ain't nothing out here. You're just scared, little John.
What? Shit, I ain't scared of nothing. Scared for whoever decides to come and get a piece of this.
Hey, quit waving that thing around. Fucking explosives all over the place in here. You trying to blow us up or something?
Now who's fucking scared?
Damn, little John. You all kinds of stupid.
You're all kind of stupid, you jerk. I actually don't know what accent that is. California, I suppose. So those guys are over there, which means that I'm gonna need to use obfuscate to get past. Not necessarily. Let's get third person so we can see the crazy ass movement things over here. We can also save, but we're not gonna save scum. That's not what this Let's Play is all about. It's that's what all of my other Let's Plays are about. That's interesting. What did the developers think I was gonna do here? I am curious. There's no passage through here, is there? More importantly, there's no junk on the floor for me to throw things. That guy's not guarding anything. He may be, actually. Huh. I think we are supposed to use our abilities, which is easy. But I'd never used obfuscate, so let's find out. First we do the sneak in. Because we're crouching, we're invisible. Maybe there's another way. Footsteps all over. Oh yeah. No obfuscate for us. Look at this old train. Oh yeah. Oh, this is pretty good. Look at this machine. Isn't it a beaut? Okay. Low poly. Low texture beaut. Okay. We got this. Just go up this little staircase. Hear the train go by. That's the way out, I think. There is a way out through the... Or is that the one? I don't know. There's this guy over here being a jerk and evil. Now, the problem here is... I think you get seen if you jump on that. Oh, he's going over there. Okay, that's pretty good. Oh, no. I literally fell on him and bit him. The thing of what I was gonna say is, I think you get seen if you start climbing a ladder. Like you make more noise or something. Okay, that's how you get past that particular kerfuffle. This is indeed from 2000 oh no, I think 2004. Okay, so we got through that. And now we have the main challenge. So I could drop down there and just get on with it. Or not do that. So remember, we're here. Oh, well, I guess that is indeed what we need to do. We're here to put some explosives in the central place, which is actually really confusing for new players. Okay. Somebody sees us very well. And he's upset.
Huh?
Yeah. But we're gonna be good. I think obfuscate. We could either wait for him to move. We could have also... Does he move? I don't think he moves. Certainly not when I'm on yellow location. Yellow thing. Or we could drop down here, which is what I usually do. Which is not a great idea. But I can do that. Yeah, it's just gonna stay there. I think you are meant to come down here. Fortunately, body disposal is the easiest thing as a vampire. Because they basically disappear.
Freeze, motherfucker!
That didn't go well. Went back into the shadows. Freeze, motherfucker. Your face. Heck yeah. Where did he go? So my idea there was to bite him. Evidently it didn't work. So let's try something different.
Freeze, motherfucker!
That did not work either. Obfuscate doesn't seem to work. Oh, there's a little delay. You need to be hidden. Okay. Let's hope they turn around.
Come on out, man.
Oh, they give up. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
Hey, where you going, man?
You jerk. Stop it. I need to suck. To suck. So obfuscate. There it is. We'll get you. I need my blood back. We're good. Our sneaky's also pretty powerful. It's a good thing those guys don't know what gunshots are. They're like, oh, they're making popcorn. I'm a big fan. I am all about that popcorn. Okay, that guy should... There's somebody behind this door. There's somebody behind this door and I can't do anything about it. Which means I'm gonna need to clear this room. You see that red going? Whee!
Hey, where you going, man?
I'm not... You're not seeing me? Oh, no. They are seeing me. All of them are seeing me. Oh, boy. I am going to die. That's what I get. That's what I get. Let's try this again, but this time around without suffering a final death, which is... Is that the first time we die? There were options for me. That's not the first time we die. I think I died when I was electrocuted by a terrible thing. Fortunately... That didn't happen. Unfortunately, we didn't get a save. And also, I didn't get to suck him.
Huh?
I'll suck you good. That works too. He's off. He's off. Okay. I don't know what happened there. Don't ask questions. The name of the game when he's playing tactical games. Yeah, that's right. First time you died when you became a vampire. Good point. Good point about that. Anyway, let's save up here. Save, scum. That's right, Xenoc. That's right. Okay. So, it's clear that Obfuscate is really powerful.
What was that?
Oh, that's interesting. So, if we use Obfuscate... Yeah, you did. Like I was supposed to... Oh, it automatically respawns.
Hey, we...
Oh, come on. This guy's good. Ah, sweet blood. Okay, yeah. So there's a trick there. You can absolutely... Oh, they didn't... There's not more people after us. The game is a little bit confused, don't worry. It's fine. You can absolutely use the obfuscate to open doors. You just sort of... It doesn't work quite too well. The game is confused about the textures right now, unfortunately. And that's where we put the astrolite. Ooh, I just got something. Let's see what we can do over here. Oh, that guy saw us.
Oh.
Let me punch you! I need to punch you again. Unfortunately, this is not gonna work. What a jerk. Is he powerful or something? Good thing he came at me punching when he had a gun. Man, they're everywhere. Yeah, sneaking is... There's a reason why I never do sneaking in these levels. They saw me. Somehow. And the reason is because I am not good enough for figuring out what the heck I'm supposed to do. The first part is the most fun anyway. Okay, that guy somehow didn't see me. Also, another thing with Obfuscate is that stealth kills don't seem to be easy to make, which they really should. I'm literally a whispering vampire that's gonna murder you. It's gonna get you. But it doesn't... The Night Ravens don't make it any easier. What can I do here? I can click the buttons properly is what I can do. Okay, that is a seriously effective way of doing it. So we might do that. There's two of them up here. What happened there? Don't ask.
Hey, stop, man!
You jerk. They're gonna shoot him if I suck his blood here. Told you. They're gonna shoot me too. Excuse me. I need to go in here. Come here. I don't want to put the astrolight down where you guys are outside. Oh my god, you're terrible. Ow. Open the door. The other way. No, open. Okay. That did not go according to plan. None of this is going according to plan. It's all the wrong plan. They're all gonna see me. Ooh, what's this? That's right, you can kill some of them with that. I think the ones that we could kill are already dead on account of us murdering them. Oh no! Ah, finally. Oh, you jerk. You're gonna go the same way, don't worry about it. Couple of punches to... What's the word? What's the thing that you do to meat to make it tender? Tenderize it, that's right. Wait, stop it. Oh my god, this is not going well. Well, I guess it didn't go well in the end. Some of these boxes have things. None of them are important if you're not using weapons, though. I think there's a shotgun in here somewhere, though. I think it might be on the next room over. Not actually sure. Let's see. All of that. All the points that we spent into sneaking. All down the drain. Not really. We're gonna need them anyway. So this is important to know. You can simply kill people from the front if they're distracted, which is very nice. I think this is where you get the shotgun. No. I remember getting shotgun ammo. So that's why I say there's a shotgun in here. Oh. Shotgun time. Which is going to get us a little bit of money. And that is why it's important to sell your weapons whenever you have a chance. Okay, I think I can kill one of them. The other one doesn't notice. Nope. It doesn't activate easily. Oh my god, it didn't do that.
Where you going, man?
I don't... Do you know what happened? I know what happened. Vampire Bloodlines is what happened. I think we're good here. No, we're not. Stop it. Somebody else showed up. Dude! Oh my god. Oh, there's a thing in here. Did I know there was a thing in here? I did not. That guy just showed up and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna shoot you." Nope. You're not. I mean, you are. Well, it's kind of complicated. Let me open the door and you'll see. Come on. Don't be mean. Come on. Ah, finally. Sweet blood. And there we go. Now, there's still people around here. And there's still danger around here. Especially outside. Can you go up out this way? Oh yeah, this is the other way around. Yeah, you can come in through the other way. Let's clear it. Try to figure out what we're gonna do here. Just get rid of all these guys. As sneakily as possible. Because there is a little bit of a... This is a lot easier coming from this side because the level is made to be approached from the other side. As you can see, they're all looking the wrong way. So there's a level with two areas, with two entrances. I suppose I could have had an easier time if I if I had invested even more into sneak. We're currently at 6. Like, that's a lot of sneak. I didn't want him to find me. It would have made no difference whatsoever. But I still didn't want him to find me. And this is the other area. The area that... Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were there. Do you know what fate you have bought yourself? Oh, a shotgun. There we go. That's the fate you bought yourself, mister. With that bullet. Oh, they're coming. No, don't say the same thing at the same time. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Dark Souls. Dark Souls has got nothing on this game. Heck yeah. What's this guy doing? Oh. Perfect. Okay, now let me get this. Even though it doesn't matter. Oh, a knife. Can I get the knife? I cannot. And another shotgun. Oh, he's gonna kill me if I'm not careful. Thank you for the tire iron. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We don't need to be here. As much as I love this game, it's actually why this game is not perfect. All those problems, man. It's fine. It's just part of the fun. It does have problems, though. You sort of need to be able to tolerate them. There's a lot of problems. And there's also this thing over here, though, because I didn't go in there. If I remember correctly, it's a hard lock. Yeah, well, it's a difficult lock, I should say. Let's see if I can get my blood buff to help me out. I don't think I can, because my dexterity... I did. It worked. Okay. Blood buff is really expensive, but it really doesn't matter coming in here. There's only... Well, there's a shotgun, if you want it, which does help against these people, but it's fine. That's true. People are still playing it after 15 years, and then just selling a sequel after 15 years. That's a mark. That's, you know, that's not... This game is better than Final Fantasy VII, I'm telling you. People don't play Final Fantasy VII. They probably do. Oh, they still see me here. Oh, because there's somebody behind. This is dangerous. This is a dangerous area. I almost died when I came here. Is there somebody here, though? I said there's somebody behind here. I don't know. There's just shotguns everywhere, by the way. Ideally, if you could sell your shotgun... Oh, yeah, these things blow up. Ideally, if you could sell your shotgun... every time you pick up a little bit of ammo, you'd get a lot of money. A lot of money. I don't actually know where... I think this can blow up as well if you attack it. Don't attack it. That's probably for the best. Okay. Let's go upstairs. I think there's nobody else around, even though we do get the 100 on the left side. They might be over outside and just on aggro because they heard the commotion. Or they might be in here and be after me, even though I dealt with them. Nope, they're gone. Okay, this is totally clear. We're ready to deploy. And to finally end the night. Arming explosive. If you don't see this, you basically are lost. And now we have 3 minutes, which is one of the reasons why it's important. Okay, these are vampires. It's not important to clear them all out, but imagine us being shot at right now. It is important, but it's not crucial. Being shot at right now as this guy was fighting us. As long as you don't get hit by him, you can avoid the aggravated damage, which is all that matters. Okay. If he's the only one to show up, we're gonna be fine. He's not the only one to show up. Okay, 2 hits, I think. Nope. Oh, boy. Oh boy. Okay. We got blue blood and the blood pack. Let's go with blue blood over here. That thing is pretty powerful. And we are not good at this. We need more defense. There is Hey, what's up? Yeah, I don't got time for you, man. There are skills that we can do to get ourselves better. So earlier in the game, it's good to have those bags, but later on, it's also good. Okay, I think we're out. I think we're good. Yeah, we still got a minute to spare. Crap Nippleman is not here. Somebody else is.
The warehouse. Your handiwork, I presume?
Yeah, well... Yeah, I did it. What the hell are you... No, let's not be antagonistic. Yeah, that was me.
Hopefully no Sabbat saw you escape. They can be somewhat antagonistic.
So whose side are you playing for, Wolfie?
I see my reputation, for once, does not precede me. My name is Beckett. I haven't been...
This is a very important character in the mythos, in the all the world of Darkness.
At the same time, for different reasons. So sorry.
He's an archaeologist, by the way.
Tell me, have you by chance seen or felt anything strange since your embrace?
Oh, I saw a ghost at the local hotel.
A ghost? Quite ordinary. I generally pay wraiths no mind. All but a few are willing to give up their secrets.
I met some kindred on the beach that didn't seem like kindred.
Thin bloods. They're a fascination of mine. They are considered a weaker, more human-like kindred. Hence the name, Thin Blood. But they are sired same as any of us. I've heard a large concentration of them live in this city. They're one of the reasons I'm in Los Angeles.
The Santa Monica Baron has a split personality.
She's undoubtedly Malkavian. Or should I say, they are undoubtedly Malkavian.
I think it's they. Well, not anymore, because Jeanette sort of died. Other than that, I really haven't seen anything extraordinary.
Most of my contacts here report sensing something unusual in the night air. Like a sense of dread or pressure. But I'm not a native to these parts, so I can't tell if it's irregular. And since you're still fresh, perhaps you're not attuned to it. Pleasure meeting your acquaintance, but there are rumblings for me to discredit. We shall, I'm certain, meet again. Or never again.
Facial animations in this game are fantastic.
And be careful. You're very likely being hunted by the Sabbat.
Well, let's hope that they don't show up and try to, I don't know, take my fangs off and let me out to dry in the sun. Good night, Beckett. And that is the end of the night. We're going to be able to meet Mercurio now, get new emails and all that sort of stuff. Let's see what happens. The emails are what I'm most excited for. Oh, we're here with Bertram. Hey, what's up?
Nice work, fledgling. I felt that explosion a mile away. It's all over the news, too. Man, there's gonna be some pissed off Sabbat just howling for blood tonight.
All over the news, huh? Thanks. Do you know someone named Beckett?
Beckett? Well, I know of him. Why?
I spoke with him.
No kidding. Huh. Must be something major happening if he's in town. Beckett is a historian of sorts. He's
an archaeologist.
More vampire lore than anyone. Well, that's all Beckett does. Seek the truth behind our condition.
Bertram, I have some questions for you.
What do you need?
I met your ghoul Nox.
I know you did. Sharp kid. Can track like a bloodhound. I watched him work for a while before I approached him. I had no idea how eager he would be to help.
You knew I did?
I knew you would. I had him watching you-know-who for me. It was inevitable you'd pass through her joint. I told him to keep an eye out for you, gave him lines to feed you, the whole bit.
Wait. Why did I never realize this? Or did I just forget that I realized this? He had him watching you-know-who for him. Or Beckett, Bertram had Knox watching you-know-who for Bertram. And Knox told us it was and also the vampire, the Asian vampire, knew that it was Knox who was watching him. And also, the Asian vampire was the one who was watching Knox. But we knew that. But he says it was inevitable you'd pass through her joint. So Bertram had Knox watching Therese. And I think you-know-who there might be another way of saying Therese or Jeanette in the same sentence, because it's complicated if he said just Therese or just Jeanette or Therese and Jeanette, but that's the one he was referring to, and we didn't know that. I mean, I don't think I knew that. But he needed my help. I killed an Asian vampire who was stalking him.
No, you helped me remove a spy without revealing myself or getting my hands dirty. Pretty good actor, that Knox, huh?
Well played, Bertram. Well played.
Don't take it hard, fledgling. I won't be the last elder to milk you for a favor.
Yeah, I'm sure you won't. I wanted to ask you about someone.
Sure.
What do you think of Prince Lacroix?
What am I gonna say? He's the boss now.
Yeah? What about the guy that decapitated my sire?
He's LaCroix's iron fist.
That cool
no one
Magilla Marilla, or
really,
I don't know.
LaCroix.
This patch was updated just before I started the Let's Play. I was waiting for it,
him
by the
up
way.
in Africa over 100 years ago. Obviously, they work well together.
Okay, about somebody else?
Sure.
Can I ask about Lacroix again?
What am I gonna...
Okay.
Sure.
What about Nines Rodriguez?
From what I hear, he's a likable sort, and that's a problem. Nines Rodriguez is the kind of guy you want on your side, and more kindred go anarch every day because of him.
And he's not anarch. Bertram is. He said he's a boss before as well about Prince Lacroix, which for us right now, not knowing who the heck anarchs are, can be a little bit confusing, but yeah, he's not. Bertram is not an anarch. I can ask about the clans. That's interesting.
Sure.
The Bruja.
They're a bunch of malcontents. They get pumped up by rousing the rabble they keep around them. Like, that's hard. Nothing breeds faster than contempt. And that's what the Bruja are all about. Jealousy and contempt. Sure.
What about the Gangrels?
Well, they fancy themselves loners and drifters running around the countryside and barking at the moon. It's all just an act. Gangrel can walk upright. They just choose not to. Sure.
What about Malkavians?
Malkavians are, interesting. There's something to them. Learning to sort the wisdom from the bullshit can be some work, and, not all of them are worth listening to, but, they're all good fun, if you ask me.
I'm sure they are. Like Therese Vorman? She good fun?
That was just silly vampire politicking, fledgling. No more. You get used to that kind of thing.
Sounded pretty vicious to me.
Of course it did. As if vampires and women both weren't insecure enough. Get them together in one Malkavian body, and look what happens.
Talk about drama queens. Oh, the second one might be better. Did you know Jeanette and Therese were the same person?
I had my suspicions. What an interesting specimen. But a pain in my dead ass for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
The sects.
Sure, fledgling. It's war out there after all. You should know all you can about the different sides.
Oh, that was not the sects that I chose. Oh, no, I was trying to ask about the clans, but you asked about the sects instead. Sure. What can you tell me about the Anarchs?
The Anarchs. Yeah, I respect what they do, strenuous liberty and all that jazz, but they're kidding themselves. Wherever there's an ounce of power to be had, there'll be people dicking each other over. You think the Camarilla invented that?
What do you know about Nines Rodriguez?
From what I hear, he's a likable
Yeah, we asked about that already. I'll ask about the other sects. What about Camarilla?
The Camarilla works. When you let vampires run wild, you wind up with caitiff frenzying in the streets, then bloods blowing the Masquerade, and hunters sniffing around. Law and order is the kindred's friend.
I love that he says... Oh, that's a really interesting subtext right there on the Camarilla interpretation, which is canonical, sort of. It's mostly canonical. The lower specifically the line "the Camarilla works" as a justification, which is true. The Camarilla works, and by the way, caitiff are. I think did we learn what caitiff are? Caitiff are vampires who don't know they're vampires, so they're caitiff. Which this is all like old names, and I'm pretty sure caitiff comes from biblical or Jewish references and all that sort of stuff, and also it could come from Muslim references. There's a lot of Muslim stuff here as well. It's mostly Abrahamic religions anyway, so yeah, like the jihad of the vampires comes from the jihad of the Muslim mythos. Let's call it mythos, whatever. I don't know if it's in the Quran or if it's from other stuff. It's probably on other stuff as well. So yeah, what's interesting is that he says the Camarilla works and then says law and order. So it's really interesting that subtext there. So what do you? I asked about LaCroix already. What's a caitiff? Oh, I can ask that.
Caitiff are just riffraff vampires who don't know anything about vampire society. Don't know their clan. Mutt vampires. What I suspect you were perilously close to becoming if LaCroix hadn't intervened.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah, I suppose those are... That's vampires that don't know they're vampires. I suppose they could know they're vampires, they just don't know about the society. They would still be caitiff, that's true. Yeah. Let's ask about the sects.
Yeah.
Oh, your favorite subject, the Sabbat.
You ask me, the Sabbat makes no sense. They couldn't care less about the Masquerade, and they seem to care even less about themselves. It's like, hey, let's all spread hell on Earth so we can feel big and bad. Oops, I'm dead. Now how did that happen?
Okay, so I want to ask about the clans.
Sure.
And I need to go this way. The Nosferatu.
The Nosferatu are damn good at what we do. No one even argues that. If you need to know, if you want it found, you come to us. We're indispensable. Not a bad place to be in the afterlife.
Yeah, I always found, lucky me, I always found that this was the strongest argument. This was the strongest, well, this is a really strong argument in the world, in at least California anyway, for just wanting to be a Nosferatu. Of course, it kind of sucks that you can't mingle with the kin? What's the word for the humans? They have a word for the humans. But it also isn't necessarily the worst thing.
The Nosferatu stick together, pool resources. We have more going on than anyone could guess at. Our web blankets the night.
Are the Nosferatu part of the Camarilla?
I'm loyal to the clan, loyal to my primogen, and therefore loyal to the Camarilla.
That wasn't an enthusiastic endorsement.
The Nosferatu are the eyes and ears of the Camarilla, so they take care of us. They value our services, or don't want to be on our bad side. Either way, no one bothers us.
So when he says the primogen, he does not mean his sire. He means the leader of the clan. And each clan has one or two primogens in any one city, but I think that's what they mean by that. It's kind of complicated, because I say each clan, but I don't think the gangrels have one primogen. Specifically the gangrels. And the Bruja might not have either. Because they tend to be anarchs, but not necessarily. Okay, let's ask...
Sure.
About... the Toreadors.
I don't rub elbows with the pretty bloodsuckers much. but I've seen them work people like puppeteers, and that's admirable. Now, if only they'd get off their slimy asses and put their talent to some use besides feeding their egos.
They're a really good clan to play in tabletop, though. Toreadors are just super powerful. Well, it depends on what the GM wants to do. But if it's just a normal life, then Toreadors are super great. If it's like secrets and mysteries and whatnot, they are on YouTube, so you probably can find. I follow one tabletop channel that plays as well as other things, but plays World of Darkness, and there's 2 Toreadors in there, and they just are masters at everything. And I don't remember the name of the series, but if you want to check them out, you absolutely should. It's called Roll for It, and it's roll with the number 4 after, and then it, and it as in IT. And you look it up on YouTube. They are also on Twitch, and they are amazing. And they have multiple people doing multiple roles, and they are absolutely fantastic. You should definitely check them out. And I think I don't know the name I seriously don't know the name of the series. They have like 2 seasons already. I've only watched 1, and man, the Toreadors are just super powerful. They played for the role play, so they're not OP, and also the GM does very, very good for curving them. Oh, and boy, he curves them. Now let's ask about more.
Yeah.
Not sects. I want to ask.
The camera.
I want to. No. I want to ask about. Oh, this is good. Thin Bloods.
Theory goes that the farther down the bloodline you are from Cain, the weaker the blood is. So if you're, say, 5th generation, the blood is strong. If you're 15th generation, you barely qualify as a vampire. A thin blood.
Important there that the farther you are from Cain. Who's Cain?
Cain, the biblical brother killer. Father of all vampires.
What about the hunters? Who are they?
Hunters. Humans who hunt vampires. Most are half-cocked yokels, who also say they've been abducted by UFOs. The real hunters are trained by secret societies, holy orders of the church that have existed since the Middle Ages. Fear them.
The real hunters. We don't know those yet. We will. Not necessarily because I'm gonna anger them on purpose, mind you. Okay, I have a few mother questions.
Like what?
Mother questions I have. Let's see. I want to ask about the clans. Oh, that was an important line. Clans are just bloodlines, you know, a common root shared and passed on from sire to child. It's not really about. It's not necessarily about the alignment or allegiance, but it also is, especially with him in particular. What about the Tremere?
Mages. I don't have any reason to trust them.
His face.
They're creepy, and I think they like it that way. But to be honest, I don't hear much about the Tremere. There's a few in LA, but all in all, there's not that many of them.
Yeah, and there's tales about what they do. I think there's books as well.
Shoot.
Okay. What about the Ventru?
Well, they get a bad rap, if you ask me. Everyone likes to take shots at the man in charge. But when it comes to getting the job done, the Ventru know how to step up. They can take the heat.
Sure. Okay, well, I guess that's that. I'll see you. I can't access his computer. I'll see you later, man. Isn't he a scary monster? This could be just a monster in a normal game, and here is probably one of our best friends. Well, the thing about him, and in fact the thing about the Nosferatu, is that if you're on their side, you know they're not going to betray you. You're good. You're pretty good. But of course, if you're not on their side, you're not good at all. Oh, you're toast. Anyway, let's go upstairs and have a chat with Therese and see what she has to say. I don't know if she's still here, because this is a new night, I think. I don't know still. I don't know if it is a new night. No, Nox is still here.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh, man, thanks again for your help.
Of course, Nox. Which means we're probably going to have Therese here, just being Therese. Too bad you can't keep the gargoyle as a Tremere. What? The gargoyle as a Tremere? What do you mean? You can keep a gargoyle in this game? She's not here. I hear voices. It's really weird. But she's not here. She left. Does she live forever? Or... I'm not sure. I think she might live forever. Let's go. You fight the gargoyle, I remember. Are made from Tremere rituals. Oh! I didn't know that. They take other vampires and make them gargoyles. Whew! Man! Aren't they scary? I mean, unless they take them on purpose and like, hey, do you want to be a gargoyle? And the vampire's like, oh, sure. From the pen and paper books. Yeah, I know. I figured as soon as you said that. Oh, we should sell some things. Good. We should sell the shotguns and stuff. Excuse me.
Thanks for coming back. All right, here's what we got today.
And well, he basically sells the same things. We use our fists here. How much does the shotgun sell for? 70 something? I have 1182. That's pretty good. Basically, if you fight with your hands, you never need money for anything. That's basically broken in this game. Then again, money is broken in World of Darkness in the first place. In the tabletop. Unless the GM is really hounding you for... They bend the ritual at some point, of course. I mean, a lot of stuff is banned. Doesn't mean that they don't do it. Because, you know... The Tremere are always secret. And also you can just make a story about how they are making it. And you're just like... Oh, let's see. The Depth of Night is always the same.
Hello, LA.
And I'm gonna put her at the end of each video on YouTube. The first video is going up tomorrow, by the way, of this. It's a Let's Play. And I'm just gonna make the endings a little bit of Hello, LA. You're listening to the Depth of Night. But this...
Attempts to hail the ship proved futile. Coast Guard officials are releasing very little information right now, but have identified
Legendane.
The Elizabeth Dane. No word.
Legendare. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? Roll the Vampire Monk.
Had contact with the Elizabeth Dane to assist them in their search. We'll have more on the story as it breaks.
Let's see if we have...
Robbery gone bad at the Surfside Diner left several dead after the attempts by the would-be robbers were thwarted by a diner patron turned vigilante.
It was me.
Saw the vigilante run from the diner.
That's nothing at all.
They were alerted by the sound of gunfire inside.
That's nothing at all what happened.
That vigilantism will not be tolerated, and that the party responsible will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. A massive gelatinous creature that...
That's interesting. News like this actually happen in real life for a very specific reason. Especially on 24-hour news channels. Now, we don't have, here in Portugal, we don't have many 24-hour news channels. So I can't really tell, but in America there are a lot of 24-hour news channels. And the way they work, and here in Portugal as well, is they have a lot of freelance journalists.
In Santa Monica tonight, police suspect the slayings were carried out during a drug deal gone bad. Residents of this quiet community were shocked by the killings, though neighbors suspected the men in the house to be involved in drug distribution and had seen many strange people going inside at all hours of the night. Art criticism or vandalism?
These are the news of the things I'm making, so I'm just listening to them. But the thing is, the journalists, what they do is they give hazy reports.
A robbery gone bad at the Surfside Diner left several dead.
No, this goes back. They do hazy reports to the big channel, and the channel just chooses, I'm gonna run this, I'm gonna run that. So sometimes, in the process that goes from having a hazy report about whatever happened, like this, and making a proper official news story that you can tell to the public.
An apparent third victim of the Southland slasher has prompted the closing of the Santa Monica Pier.
I think we heard this.
Found earlier tonight. Investigators say the scene closely mirrors...
And basically that transition from a hazy report or multiple hazy reports to a news feed can result in really weird and just out of nowhere reports.
Police urge anyone with information relating to this case to contact them. Actor Ash Rivers is lucky to be alive after his car crashed into the gate at Parasite
I think we didn't hear
tonight.
We need to. I think it is possible to hear the right now the explosion in the thing.
Unfazed by
I don't know. That's what I'm doing right now.
Rivers' agent released a statement stating that Rivers' crash was due to a mechanical problem and that the studio is not
this is a different
legal action
news
against
feed.
Rivers for the trademark gate's destruction. Miraculously, this is the second crash Rivers has escaped unharmed in the last year. A massive explosion rocks Santa Monica tonight, sending several fireballs into the sky and prompting a lockdown of the warehouse district where the explosions took place. Early reports suggest that the warehouse destroyed in the explosion was being used in a weapons smuggling operation, and that the source of the detonation possibly came from a military-grade explosive being stored at the site. Authorities say it is still too early to speculate on whether there is some terrorist connection to these events, though they have not ruled out the possibility. Stay tuned to Channel 3 for further updates. A massive gelatinous creature that...
How can you not think of it as terrorism when you're smuggling weapons? Who the heck do you think the weapons are going to? I mean, it is not... If you give a ride to a terrorist who's about to go do a terrorism, you're not a terrorist. You're just giving a ride to a terrorist. If you do it knowingly, you're still not a terrorist. It's still terrorism, though. If you do it knowingly, that is. So if you're weapon smuggling, you're a terrorist. Oh, well, you're not a terrorist. You're doing terrorism, though. So you're a terrorist. But you're not a terrorist. Are you a terrorist? You're a terrorist. Don't weapon smuggle. Use them to shoot yourself. If you do weapon smuggling, please. In the face. A lot. Not talking to you, evidently, because if you are a weapon smuggler, you don't watch YouTube things. The first move. Oh. The White King moves to protect his pawn. Who did that? Or who will do that, in fact? Well, let's look at our things. The warehouse mostly lies at the bottom of the Pacific, with a few pieces neatly lodged in a lawn in Pasadena. Report to Prince Lacroix at the Venture Tower downtown. No coma whatsoever between Venture Tower and downtown. Also, downtown not capitalized. That is interesting. I didn't know that's how it worked. Usima, thank you for the follow, by the way. I'm sorry I didn't say that early. Let's, for the first time, use... Well, eat some rats. But for the first time, use the maps here in the sewers. I've never done this. That's how the Nosferatu work. That's not how the Nosferatu work. Okay. For global travel, enter the sewers and use one of the maps found on the wall. Wait. What? Do I need to... Oh, wait. No, not wait. I really don't know how to do this. We'll figure it out. There's gotta be a type of map. It says one of the maps. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not broken. Oh! There it is! Getting out of this map is weird. You can press exit over here. So there's a big map. I never knew this map was here. And of course now we can go to downtown. No taxi involved, which is a big shame. But, you know. I guess the Sabat don't like us.
Let's drain it.
No.
Let's take it and leave it out for the sunrise.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this one. Think you could blow up our warehouse and get away with it? Ah, lick.
A lick. That's a term as well. For a new vampire, I think.
Let's pull out its eyes and its tongue and its teeth. I want its teeth.
Camarilla, fuck.
Boys, I think we could all use a little entertainment. Those of you sitting in the first few rows will get wet.
No, we won't. Shut up. Talk. Ow.
Son of a bitch!
Leave.
There's 3 of us, Rodriguez.
Yeah. 3 of us.
What are you gonna do? Shoot us? This ain't over. We'll find you. You too, Rodriguez. You're both dead. Nobody messes with the Sabbat and lives.
Keep moving. Trouble sure seems to like you.
You too?
Good effort. Execution needs a little work. You look like shit. Name's Nines.
Huh. Thanks for the help.
Should have been more careful, newbie. You should stick to the sewers.
That I'll remember that. I did the sewers. You say that to everybody. I did the sewers.
You do that. Me? I got things to deal with. Why don't you pay me a visit at the last round tonight? I don't know what you've heard so far, but it's time you heard the real story.
I'll do that.
This is a mean existence. Stay out of trouble, kid.
I'll try. Just out in the middle of nowhere. So a lick is indeed just, I think it is just a new vampire. Well, for fun, yes. And this is downtown. A place that's even bigger than Santa Monica. It has a lot of stuff, and it has some of the biggest buildings. Well, it has the biggest buildings in the game. And that is Venture Tower over there. Which is a play on the Venture capitalism thing. I'm not really sure what venture capitalism is. I think it has to do with the way it's like venture investors. It's got to do with the stocks and whatnot. I'm not sure. Anyway, we have a lot to explore. And we will explore before we go to the tower. Pathfinder Kingmaker sucks. What happened, Readerin? What did you do? What did you do that made you upset? Oh no! Those guys are gonna see us. Oh, look at that. Trying to avoid things. Do you see that over there? Do you remember what that is? At this stage, you don't. At this stage, you're gonna pay more attention to this thing than you're gonna pay attention to that. I think we can indeed do something. Oh yeah.
What's up, brother? You enlightened?
Yeah, I am.
Sorry, brother. Come back when you become enlightened.
Yeah, that symbol over there is very conspicuous. But that one up there is not so much. But it is the thing that is mentioned in a riddle earlier in the game. I think we have a note or something. And we can pay a visit. We can say hi. Let's go on in. The first time I play this game, you're going to go into all the doors. Just see. And there's some doors that are like, I want to go in there. But I can't. This thing. That thing is a thing. I have been in there only once. Coming here early, there's another benefit. This. Thaumaturgical creatures. I don't know what that is. Gargoyles. Ooh. During the medieval conflict with the Tsamese, which is a clan. Clan Tremere. I think it is a clan. We might learn about that later. Clan Tremere delved further into secret blood magics and created a race of protectors known as gargoyles. Since their inception, gargoyles have been used as scouts, warriors, and sentries. Gargoyles are monsters, vampires by virtue of the blood and flesh through which they are created. They are no more than the detritus of other clans, given a second chance to serve their Tremere creators. Unfortunately, many have wrongly come to view their service as slavery, and have fled, unfortunately for the Tremere, I assume, and have fled their masters in search of some delusional utopia. Most escaped gargoyles live in isolation, preferring solitude to even the company of their own kind. Homunculi over here. For most menial and mindless tasks, many Tremere create what is called a homunculus. These are mindless creatures which take many forms, winged, many-legged, or otherwise. Homunculi are unfailingly loyal, but their appearance makes them a serious threat to breaking the Masquerade. Yeah, because they're freaking winged centipedes. That's fun. That's fun stuff. Talking about the Tremere over here. Sympathetically about the Tremere, in fact. I wonder if we're about to find a Tremere. Also, reading the white text on the black background just makes my eyes die. Hi. Do you remember him? And also the painting. And the fluffy curtains. Look at the fluffy curtains. Fluffy curtains. Hello.
Greetings, neonate. Might I assume you received my invitation? I have been looking forward to meeting you for quite some time.
Yeah, I got it. I'm assuming you are...
Strauss. Maximilian Strauss. I am the regent of this chantry. Welcome.
Chantry? What exactly is it?
A chantry is a local gathering place for those of the Tremere clan. I live here, as do apprentices from time to time.
Cool, and you're a regent? What's that?
A regent is the leader of a chantry, as well as a teacher to young Tremere apprentices who are studying the mysteries of our clan.
Can you tell me about the mysteries?
I'm sorry, neonate. The secrets of the Tremere clan are hidden from all but those who share our blood. You would do best not to look into them any further.
If you're a Tremere, he also doesn't tell you much. Okay, what can you tell me, Max? What's going on here in downtown?
Let me give you some advice, young one. Your survival in kindred society will often depend on your ability to find out yourself what is going on around you. Remember that well.
I appreciate the advice.
As for what is going on here in downtown, the word on everyone's lips, kindred or kind, seems to be epidemic.
Kine, that's the word for humans, that's right. I said kin before, it's kine. Yeah, why? What's going on?
It seems that disease has been spreading at an alarming rate throughout the downtown population. Considering our particular appetites, the local kindred are more than concerned about these developments.
Interesting.
Yes, indeed. My opinion is that the local anarchs are responsible for these outbreaks. Their precipitous indulgence of certain passions often leads to such things. Ergo, their need for the watchful eye of the Camarilla.
My lines aren't any more casual than they are at the rest of the game, but they feel so out of place with the way he talks. And that line back there where I said, "Oh, that's whack, dude," he would use the word whack in his normal, formal tone. He would be like, "That indeed may be whack, as you so eloquently put it," or something like that. I don't know. But ergo, anybody that uses a word ergo is forbidden for using the word whack. We know this. Camarilla, what's that all about?
The Camarilla. It is merely a kindred sect that exists to protect its members from the outside world. There are specific codes of behavior that we abide by in order to ensure the continuance of our species. It is nothing more and nothing less.
It's really contrasting the way that the Nosferatu and the Tremere look at Camarilla in specific, and specifically look at the clan. For the Nosferatu, the being loyal to the clan and to the Primogen comes before being loyal to the Camarilla. So being loyal to the Camarilla is a consequence of being loyal to the clan. For the Tremere is sort of the opposite. Well, not the sort of the opposite, but they are loyal to the clan first and foremost. The Tremere are really close-knit, and people don't... we saw that already, that they're super secret. Yeah. And also we have heard from Bertram. Can I ask you a few questions about the Camarilla?
Surely. What else would you like to know?
Surely. Oh. Are all vampires a part of the Camarilla?
No. There are many independent clans who are not aligned with the Camarilla, and the Sabotage is another sect of various vampire clans whose beliefs are very different than our own. Unsavory sorts, to say the least. I understand you have already run afoul of them.
Afoul indeed. Yeah, good thing Nines Rodriguez was there to help me out.
Ah, yes, the infamous Mr. Rodriguez. I understand you owe him your life twice now. Had he not intervened, the prince would have surely had that hound of his separate your head from your shoulders.
I thought that as well.
In any case, it's a shame that Rodriguez cannot see the wisdom of the Camarilla. He would make a powerful ally. As it is, he is a significant thorn in LaCroix's side, which serves my purposes just the same.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Your purposes. Aren't your purposes and the prince's the same?
LaCroix is a prince, neonate, and a Ventrue on top of that. Even if he weren't as young and indiscriminate as he's already proven himself to be, But I say too much.
You do?
Let us just say that he and I have differing ideas on the use of power.
Yeah, it's really, yeah, the politics of the Camarilla are very complicated in regards to how they affect, or rather how they are affected by the fact that these are all immortal, theoretically anyway. It's alright, you can trust me. That's the most beautiful thing to say, especially of an Nosferatu. What is your true opinion of him?
I have overstepped my bounds. I will say no more.
Fine, tell me more of the Camarilla.
Surely.
Why aren't the Anarchs in the Camarilla?
The Anarchs feel that they don't need the structure and discipline of the Camarilla. I feel that they pose a threat, both to those loyal to the Camarilla and to themselves. Most are mere children and need our guidance.
An interesting observation. I can say the second one, though. No, the third is better. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna see how he reacts. The last thing I need is a bunch of geezers telling me what's up.
I'm sorry you think so. Perhaps we have nothing further to speak of.
No, I do. We do. Maybe I could hear a little more about what before I make a decision.
A wise choice, neonate. It is always better to listen and learn than to act with brazen recklessness. Perhaps you might be a useful ally after all.
Yeah, sure. So can I ask you a few more questions?
What is it you would like?
The Camarilla still, I think?
Surely.
What do you think? No, I asked about LaCroix already. Something else.
Of course.
The questions?
What is it you would like to...
No, something else.
Of course.
Maybe I could look into the epidemic for you.
An interesting proposition. If you succeed in finding the cause of this epidemic and putting an end to it, I will compensate you appropriately for your efforts.
What's in it for me?
I will ponder the nature of your payment while you are gone. Believe me, I will treat you fairly, neonate, and your service to the Camarilla won't be forgotten.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Very well. Again, I recommend speaking with the Anarchs. You can find most of them at the local watering hole, reveling in the vices of their former lives. I believe the place is called The Last Round.
I'll remember that. Can I ask you some questions, though?
What is it you would like to know?
I think I asked all the things. That's it. Bye. And that was Strauss. Maximilian Strauss. Very interesting character. Not very intimidating. If I was Tremere, I wouldn't be super intimidated by him. This chantry is really complicated, though, to navigate. Because, as you can see, it's sort of magic. It's not... Yeah, it's sort of magic. It's not completely seamless the way the magic works. There you go. There's only 2 places, though, so... Don't worry about it. So yeah, let's go to the Anarchs before we go to the Ventrue Tower. I think that's better. And then after we go to the Ventrue Tower, we come back to the Anarchs. I think that's sort of the best. That's the best order. However, that's gonna be that for today for this stream. And I will, as I said before, I am doing a... I'm turning this into a Let's Play. So the way I'm doing it is I'm streaming to you normally, and then I'm recording the video on the computer that I'm playing right now. So for the first time, I guess, I'm recording the video as I play on the same computer. Because I have another computer that's doing the stream. And that computer that's doing the stream, which is the computer I have this microphone hooked up to, that computer is also recording my voice separately from the stream voice. I didn't need to do this, but I do this because I don't want to record the stream and stream at the same time, because it's just more taxing on the computer, and I don't want to do it, and there's no need to record the video for the stream because I'm not using it. I'm just putting it on YouTube later, but I'm not using it for the Let's Play, because that's what I'm doing when I'm recording on this computer that I have. And so with that, I do editings, so I make 30-minute episodes to do a Let's Play without all the talking of all the stuff and things that are not necessary for the Let's Play as a Nosferatu, because I am a Nosferatu. Oh boy. Oh boy, you're a Nosferatu. Unfortunately, I can't look at my face. I would really like to look at my face, but I can't. Sometimes it's possible to do, like, if you rotate the camera a lot. I don't know how it is. I've seen some things, but yeah. So that's going to be that for tonight. Thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for the interesting conversations. That's very much a thing that the Let's Plays don't have, but Twitch does. And I'm very happy that you guys join me and talk. So that's going to be that for tonight. I hope you have a good time, a good weekend. It's not Halloween weekend. That's next Thursday. I will be streaming on Halloween night or evening, depending on where you are. I'm on GMT. I start 3 hours before now, and I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And I will be streaming Vampire Bloodlines for the foreseeable future, probably for the next month. Yeah, so thank you so much once again. Have a good night. Bye, Jung. Bye, Truglio. Hi, Truglio. I didn't say hi to you. Bye, Mitz. Bye-bye.